It's a me, a Sathio, my wife, a Becky G. My unit, salute. Salute, amp unit. Fix that shit a little bit, no? Square it up a little bit, maybe. Yeah, there you go. Let's get this back on track. Let's get the big screen up here, if you don't mind. Got some ads, thank you, Tube. That's been a minute. Hey, unit. What's rockin'? Wake up, get amplified. Let's fix that a little bit. Do we need more fucking lighting? Let's see here. There we go. Why not, right? Hold on. That's all right. There we go. Unit, what's up? What's rockin'? Wake up, get amplified. I got good playback. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch over to the earbuds, if you don't mind. Fully. It's a me, a Sathio, and my wife, Becky G. What the fuck was dude wearing last night, man? Guys, maybe you know where it's from. Maybe you know what it is. Maybe that's all your deal. I have no idea. I've never seen those red boots, ever. In an entire lifetime. I've never seen anything like that. Actually, I didn't know they made boots like that. Down in Florida, Universal, for instance, you can get these big fluffy slippers of like Minions or Homer Simpson. I've seen that. I've never seen, is it styrofoam? Or like that cushiony feeling, right? It's like that something that would lay underneath maybe or on top of a mattress. But it's like foam, right? It's foam. And this motherfucker actually hit a stomp last night onto the fucking Miz. It's a rubber. So a rubber stomp, and the Miz was knocked out for about 6 minutes, all through a commercial break, guys. Which was kind of funny because if you saw some video from inside the arena, the crew was taking away the black carpet for Miz TV, and he was still knocked out, but he had to crawl over the black carpet. It was actually very funny. But, I mean, this was straight out of fucking Mario Brothers, I thought, because originally Mario has brown big boots, but when he transitions through, like, the level up sections, they turn red, or they blink like a red. It's the first thing I thought of, and it's kind of funny, because Miz actually brought that up, Super Mario Brothers. I'm not a big fucking gamer, but I'll tell you, man, I grew up on Mario Brothers, and this just seemed like something out of a video game. If you look at the thumbnail that I put up, that's not a screen that I put Rollins on, man. That was literally his entrance, man. It was all green like he just went through a warp tunnel. And right behind him is fucking Mario and fucking Luigi. Only this time it's Sethio. That's right. And his wife is Becky G. Right? Becky, she's got to play the role of Luigi. Seth Rollins is already Mario. Sorry, Becky. How would that even go? Becky-O? It's a me, Becky-O. No, that doesn't go. Lynchio? It's a me, a Lynchio. No. It doesn't go. It's got to be Sethio. It's a me, a Sethio. Now, I used to call him Sethington, like he's a fucking billionaire next to fucking Maxwell Jacob Freeman. So at least he's not Sethington anymore. Now he's Sethio. Guys, I don't know if these booths are going to stick around or not. My problem is, it's funny as fuck, no doubt. I mean, it's got the wrestling world talking. I just don't want this to take away from Seth Rollins being a real, serious character. You know, somebody that people are going to take serious. I don't want him to take it too far to where he just becomes a legit clown. I think the boots are taking it a bit far. We always say we never know who's going into whose closet, right? It's almost like Seth and Becky are sharing the same closet. We love them both, but I never know whose wardrobe is whose. The red boots may be crossing the line a little bit, man. And to do a stomp on it and knock out the Miz for 7 minutes, I don't know. If you're going to complain about Supernatural, I think that's the least of our fucking worries. When rubber big boots are knocking people out for 7 minutes. But in a day and age where we no longer sell wrestling moves, we just see 17 super kicks within 60 seconds and the guy bounces up. They take 4 Canadian destroyers and they bounce up. 5 fucking power bombs and they bounce right up. 7 pedigrees and they kick out at 2.5. There is no more selling. You can hit somebody with a baseball bat over the fucking dome piece 17 times with barbed wire, and they're going to kick out at 2.5. So it was good to see Miz at least selling, whether it's rubber boots or not. We're going to talk about Rollins and his big red boots. We're going to talk about Bianca Belair and her big booty, because that bootay was on fucking legit next level status. I don't know. The WWE roster has gone fucking bonkers, man. They've gone haywire, and I'm here for it. Rollins coming out with the big red fucking boots. Belair's coming out with that big bootay, and she's just letting it all hang out last night. She gave zero fuck. She's like, it's Brooklyn. I'm feeling myself. Let's rock. I have not seen... I mean, that was next fucking level. I mean, that just transfixed the entire fucking Brooklyn crowd. I don't even care if you're a fucking female at that point. That shit stole the show until the big red boots showed up. Bianca's big black bootay stole the show until Rollins' big red boots stole the show. But Bianca is so beautiful. She's got the bod to match. I couldn't believe that she came out in front of that crowd and legit just stole the show by giving zero fucks. She sold that shit more than anything Bayley and Bianca or Bayley and Bianca. Yeah. Bianca is the one who stole the show. Bayley and Becky. Too many fucking B's up in this bitch. Bayley and Becky, because I'm going to get to that. That was absolutely meaningless. That was useless. That was stupid. There was no reason to wait 3 hours to get what we got last night. But Bianca Belair out there in those fucking booty shorts, she made it all worthwhile. And she gave zero fucks. She was next level. She decided, hey, if we're going to do this, let's do this. Let's do it right. Fucking epic. Let me tell you. Carlos, there's no did you see Belair's booty, man? You're a man. Let's talk about it. Don't worry about it. Every time I talk about beautiful women, you guys tell me relax. Like we're fucking going off the fucking rails. It's okay to talk about beautiful women, man. That booty was hanging. Let's drop it like the truth that it was. Let's go. Let's go. Let's talk about that big fine piece of art. Montez, every single day, social and in interviews, says, God is good. Do you know why he says that? A big portion is because he wakes up next to that. You got to give a salute to that. There's no controlling or calming down. Let's talk about what God created. A beautiful piece of fine art. Drop that shit like it's hot. And let's talk about it. There's no reason to stop talking about it or not acknowledge it for a few minutes. That stole the show last night. That was a fine piece of art. Carlos, don't mind taking a few minutes to appreciate that fine art. It's okay not to control yourself in that time. Acknowledge her. That was some bootay, and that was beautiful. Salute to that. So the big red boots, Bianca's bootay, and then Rick Boogs booging out. Boogs booging out, man. I mean, this roster has gone haywire, and I'm here for it, man. They're just going out there. It's almost like they're giving zero fucks. They're just trying to find themselves, get a character. I love it. A lot of people may not like that, right? Oh, man, he's got to calm down. Rick Boogs needs to control himself. He just needs to go out there in black tights and put on some moves and try to give a 5-star classic. We don't need to see him booging out. Well, speak for yourself, because absolutely we want to see Rick Boogs booging out. That's fucking hilarious. That's entertainment. The guy's fucking bonkers, and I'm here for it. He's backstage. Elias is trying to have a conversation. He's in the middle of the talk, and he's like, man, this means so much to... Oh, no, I'm booging out. And he just fucking takes out because he's all fucking coked up, or in this case, we're calling it booged up. Of course, if you guys don't know, they're making it look like he's on some shit, if you know. I mean, there's movies today named literally Cocaine Bear. Literally a bear that's on fucking cocaine, and they made a movie about it. Go figure. So Boogs is basically booging out. Like bugging out. If you were, back in the day when you were on a lot of shit, we called it, you're bugging out. So the fucking roster right now is fucking bugging out. The entire roster is fucking gone bonkers, man. I think it all started with Cowboy Brock Lesnar. This dude showed up to Raw one day, not giving zero fucks. Showed up with a cowboy hat, a fucking cut-off flannel shirt. Literally just came from the fucking farmlands. And I think after that, man, everyone just kind of saw, you know what are we doing? It's pro wrestling. Let's get some fucking, let's just let it out there, dude. Bianca let it out there in a whole different realm, but let's let it out there. So, you know, there's things we're going to remember from last night. There's no doubt. That is not a show last night. Last night's Raw was not a show that I was expecting. I'll tell you that right now. That was not a show that I was expecting. I didn't even notice, man. We're about to hit 100 ups, and we just started, man, within 10 minutes ago. I forgot to even mention. Thank you. When you come in, smash that up, help out the algorithm. The tube does not promote the live streams until we're done being live. And then once we're done with the stream, then they put it into the algorithm. So your ups are going to help that. Let's get that over 100 so we can start the process to 2. Appreciate that, guys. This was not a show that I was expecting. I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting more energy. It's Brooklyn, New York. It's 5 nights away at that point. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 5 nights away from the Elimination Chamber. 4 nights away from SmackDown Live in Montreal. So a big weekend coming up. And this was going to set the table. And guys, from the start of the show to the end of the show, they wrapped the whole show around a meaningless, pointless, absolutely absurd triple threat match between Bianca, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. Now, that's cool. You want to give them the main event, the ladies, and we all know those are good wrestlers. That's cool. But why are we getting a triple threat with no reasoning at all? I mean, wait till you hear how we started the show to the point where Adam Pearce actually made that match. It's absolutely fucking ludicrous, and I'm not even talking about the rapper, unfortunately. This was absolutely mind-bogglingly bonkers. But we have to discuss it. This is the review for Monday Night Raw 2/13/23. It is the go-home show to Elimination Chamber. And as it sits right now, we are 4 nights from the Chamber Saturday night, and we are 3 nights away from live SmackDown in Montreal. I know I saw some super chats already. I'm going to get to you guys for sure when we get to the end of this review. Maybe the end of hour 1. We'll see. We'll see how we want to do it, but I appreciate that big time. Some gold members left some 1-month fucking comments as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get those up, but I will absolutely get them afterwards and catch them as well. So to my gold team, those gold cards after those green names, man. Appreciate you guys. Next level, like a Sethio and a Mario and a Becky G. Next level, thank you. And to my entire red team, I say we do this, man. Monday Night Raw review amplified. Let's get going with this fucking show. Hour 1 did not land, man. What do I mean? Let's start from the jump. Salute unit. I gotta get my fucking I gotta get my fucking energy here, my spinach. Let me get another swig here, guys. JR9, let's do it. You know it, brother. Good to see you up in here, man. All right, let's do this. Becky Lynch starts the show with Adam Pearce in the ring. Bayley hits the ring, and they argue over who Adam Pearce should put into the Elimination Chamber match Saturday. What? The fuck are you arguing about? What do you mean? How do you get... You're fucking 5 nights from the show. And now all of a sudden you're telling Pearce you just want to put yourself into the fucking match? She wasn't even saying put me in a fucking qualifier. She just like, put me in the match. I'm done with my little thing with Bayley. Put me in the match. And then Bayley comes out and Bayley's like, no, put me in the match. Just put me in the match. I don't even know what was happening here. I'm like, wait a second. We are in Brooklyn, New York. This is the go-home show to Saturday night. We heard Trish Stratus was in the arena. We're still hearing that, by the way, but she got pulled evidently, so I have to find out more info. But maybe she was just signing something for Elimination Chamber and for SmackDown, and maybe even more dates going into Mania. Maybe she was there on legit business with Vince McMahon and Paul 3H's Levesque. But you know, you got Brock Lesnar on board. You got Sami Zayn on the red brand last night. I mean, you have so much going on, and it's a go-home show, and you're revolving around a possible seventh roster spot, a seventh spot in the Elimination Chamber for the ladies. Like, is that really what we're fucking doing? And then it got worse because not worse at first. Bianca Belair comes out. And Bianca Belair, again, wow, zero fucks. She's just letting out exactly what God created for her. She was just beautiful, next level, and just bodacious to another degree, and amplified to a bonker level, actually. She comes out, turning heads, but then she tells Adam Pearce, she says, well, if they want a chance, let's give it to them. She tells Adam to give them another chance at her title, so Pearce makes a triple threat main event. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch versus Bayley in the main event of Brooklyn, New York's go-home show to a chamber. And what's on the line is if Bayley wins, she gets to go to the fucking chamber match. If Becky Lynch wins, she gets to it. And if Bianca wins, then all of it was for nothing anyway. Now, they put us in a position where we're hoping Bianca wins anyway. A, because she's a champion. She has to look like such. Champions can't just be losing meaningless matches. And on top of that, she has to win because nobody needs to see a seventh motherfucker in the chamber. They don't even have a seventh little stall, do they? The little chambers? You're going to have to add one somewhere. I don't even know where the fuck you would put that. Put it on the fucking roof, maybe? The fucking top of the... I don't know. It's stupid. And where does it end? You might as well put 8, 9, 10. Bring in everybody. Bring in fucking Jordan Gracie from down in fucking Impact. Bring back Gail Kim. Bring back AJ Lee from WoW Wrestling. Bring in Britt Baker from AEW. Just let everybody in this Elimination Chamber. Why the fuck stop? If you're just going to add people in right up to the last fucking second, let's rock. JR9, put JC in there. Alba Fire, put one of fucking JR9's fucking gals in there. Let's just rock. Let's put Roxy in there. Let's put my girl up in there. What the fuck are we doing, guys? They put us in a position where we're like, yeah, Bianca has to win, but if she does, then all of this was fucking pointless as the go-home show. I don't understand this at all. This made no sense, and I was just hoping, okay, maybe at the end of the night, somehow Trish is going to be involved in this. Maybe somehow Damage Control comes out, Dakota starts swinging her fucking crutch, Trish Stratus has to come out. I don't fucking know. I'm like, they're not going to end the night on a simplistic fucking triple threat that's meaningless, would they? Would they really do that? Wait till we get to the third fucking hour. So that's how we started the night. The first 20 minutes, just stupid. You know, thank goodness for Bianca Belair's bodacious bootay. That's all I'm going to say. Stole the show until the big red boots would come in an hour or two. First matchup of the night was the Street Profits versus Balor and Priest of Judgment Day. This was an 8-minute match. Balor hits coup de grace on Dawkins for the 1-2-3 pinfall. They're trying to protect Montez because Ford is going to be in the chamber match. So Dawkins is going to be the extra weight here. Literally, figuratively, however you look at it. Dawkins is the extra weight. He's not even in the chamber match. So that's where we stand. 8-minute match. Balor hits coup de grace on Dawkins. 1-2-3 pinfall. Post-match, the Day continues to put a beat down on the Profits until Edge and Beth Phoenix hit the ring for the save. I said this last week. I'll say it again. They look like they're in their prime. Beth Phoenix looks like she can take out any female in the world today, or at least have a damn good match with them, whether it's my girl Sasha over in New Japan, or whether it is a Jordan Gracie in Impact, and you know the bulk and size of Jordan, whether it's a Baker in AEW, it doesn't matter. Beth Phoenix can rock with them, and I would love to see one-on-one Rhea Ripley versus Beth Phoenix. I don't even need Edge and Balor into this match. It's going to be a fun exhibition Saturday night at the Chamber in Montreal. But I hope that we get Beth Phoenix, Rhea Ripley one day one-on-one, just because I just think that's going to be, if you give them 18, 19 minutes, I think Beth is going to show you she's still in her prime somehow. In her 40s, with a kid, or a couple of kids, I believe. But they look just fucking amazing, man. They come out, they try to make the save, but it doesn't exactly work. Phoenix is about to hit Dominic with another glam slam, not a grand slam. Last week was so fucking funny, man. Dominic's up there. He looks at the hard camera, screams out for his mommy, but Rhea Ripley is doing promotional, which they said she was doing again this week, so that was actually beautifully done. Picks up Dominic for another mommy glam slam, and Rhea Ripley, a little lie by the Judgment Day, was actually in the arena in Brooklyn, comes up from behind, smashes Beth Phoenix, drop her where she stands, and Rhea Ripley and the Judgment Day stand tall last ahead of their mixed tag match on Saturday night. But there was a message by Edge and Beth Phoenix later in the night just saying, hey, you got the best of us tonight. I get it. But Saturday night, different story. We know Rhea's going to be there. And Beth will be ready. Beth says there's a reason they call us the Grit Couple. So even though that's an exhibition match, it's a mixed tag, I'm actually looking forward to that. I think it's going to be pretty damn good. It's going to take a lot for that match to go into the bad column when we do the good, the bad, and the ugly review. So that was the first match of the night. We got to see Beth and Edge. I just think if you're going to have Beth and Edge, and it's Brooklyn, and you're 5 nights away, it's the go-home show to the Chamber match. That's the best you got for Edge and Beth? Just a quick 60-second save, or lack thereof. Beth gets dropped, and that's it. Simplistic Rhea Ripley drop. Edge gets back into the ring. Rhea escapes. I just was like, man, we could do a bit more, no? And I said the same thing about the next segment, which was Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar is middle of the ring with Adam Pearce. It's a contract on the table ready to be signed by Bobby. But Bobby Lashley has his own table up at the top of the ramp. And he's got his feet kicked up, and he's talking about how he showed that contract to his representatives. He showed it to his managers, to his agents. And they all said, yeah, I don't know about signing that. So Bobby says, I'm just not sure if I'm going to sign this. So at that point, Brock tells Bobby that I just think you're scared. Bobby's scared. And Brooklyn actually starts chanting, Bobby's scared. Bobby's scared. I couldn't believe between last week and this week, I cannot tell you how fast the crowd has turned on Bobby Lashley, guys. All it took was a Brock Lesnar fucking matchup, or little feud again, rekindling, because they've already faced each other. And the crowd just gave up on Bobby like that, faster than Creative gave up on Bobby, possibly. And it looks like he's playing more of the heel now, right? Feet kicked up. I think they all saw the reaction he got last week, and they were like, all right, you're pretty much a heel now, bro. Like, the crowd doesn't care about you. So now we're starting to see that more this week as well, when Brock said, what'd he say? He said, Lesnar says, fine, I'll just come up there, because he's at the top of the ramp. I'll come up there and just beat your ass. And Bobby says, I don't think you got the balls to. So Lesnar says, all right, let's see. Brock goes out, takes out a bunch of security guards, and when he's distracted with them, Lashley is able to hit 2 devastating spears in the aisleway, in the rampway. So, and Lesnar took those spears like a fucking ballin' champ, bro. Lesnar was straight ballin' on those fucking, I mean, not as good as Dolph Ziggler takes a spear, but damn, Lesnar's a big boy, and he just said, hit me with everything you got, and I'm gonna tank that shit. I'm gonna fall like a fucking tank getting flipped over. He sold that last one beautifully, man. Mega props to Brock Lesnar. And once down and out, Bobby signs the contract and is subsequently booed out of Brooklyn. So, again, man, Bobby Lashley, another heel turn, guys. Just like that. And it didn't even happen by Creative saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. Last week, they just started booing him in a face versus face type deal with Brock. Now, Bobby Lashley is basically in Nia Jax, Big Show, Kane, and Charlie Flair territory with how many times they've been turned face and heel. And when you get turned face and heel 100 times, it's not just because Creative has nothing for you because they don't know what to do with you, but that is true. It's because the crowd isn't connecting with you. And you can say it's a vicious cycle, right? It's because the Creative isn't doing anything for them, so the crowd can't invest or care. And it's sad. The Big Show should have been something in WWE. He got tarnished the second they gave him the name The Big Show. The second I heard his name, I said, it's done. There's no way he's ever going to get over The Big Show. And then they gave him a goofy song. Well, it's a Big Show. How the fuck was that going to get over, bro? There was no way. And then poor Glenn Jacobs, Kane. There was many times where his character got so stale. They're like, maybe if we turn you again? Nia Jax, don't get me started. Nothing could work. Charlie Flair, to this day, nothing fucking works. She's been heel face 12 fucking times, it seems. It's at least 7. And nothing works. She's already starting to get fucking booed again. And by the time we get to Mania, Rhea Ripley will somehow be the fucking face in this. Because she'll be getting the fucking cheers. The cheers. And now Bobby Lashley. How criminal. When Bobby came back to WWE, we said, let's go. Let's go. Bobby Lashley could be a fucking uber star. They've done nothing for him but turn him face and heel 1,000 times to the point where the crowd is just like, whatever, dude. We just want to see you get fucking F5'd 17 times. Last week, he was a face last week. He wasn't a heel last week. He gets F5'd and the crowd starts chanting, one more time, one more time, one more time. What the shit? Poor Bobby, bro. He was forced to become a heel again this time, but it's again because there was no care from creative. They don't know what to do with Bobby, or they just don't give a shit to do anything with him. They don't want him to be larger than life or a big superstar in the company, I guess. It's absolutely fucking sad, man. But I can't believe in just 2 weeks, this dude has just been booed out of fucking places. Nobody gives a shit. They're making it known. Booed out of Brooklyn. Again, I say the same thing with Phoenix, or about Brock that I said with Phoenix and Edge. So you have them in Brooklyn. You're 5 nights away from the go-home show. And you just use them in a quick 60-second spot. And Beth Phoenix gets hit once by Rhea Ripley, and Edge was like, stay away from my wife. And Rhea's like, ha ha. And that's it. And with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, it was like, that was it. Brock gets out of the ring, goes to go to Bobby, takes out some security. Bobby spears him, signs the contract, all within like 5-6 minutes tops. And it was like, wow, that was the best you got for this rematch? Rematch of a rematch? It just, man, I just don't understand how you can have all these people available 5 nights before your big pay-per-view premium event. You're in Brooklyn, and this is what gets approved by 3 H's. Like, Paul Triple H Levesque looks at what the writers gave him, and they're like, I like it. That's an awesome first hour. No, your first segment is meaningless. It doesn't make sense. Why is Pierce even out there with Becky Lynch? To give Becky a fucking opportunity in a chamber match that's already set. There's been qualifying matches while you were having grudge matches with Bayley. You have nothing to do with the title. And I was saying it was good. You guys know for weeks I've been saying they're doing this beautifully. Bayley and Becky in a side feud that has nothing to do with the title. I love it. Back in the day, that's how you built wrestling stars in stories. Not everybody has to be going for a championship. These days, we're lazy, right? So creative just puts everybody in the gauntlet matches, or battle royals, or tournaments, or elimination chambers. And everybody is either getting a fucking a qualifying match, right? Or people are fighting for the number 1 contendership, or they're actually fighting for the championship in multi-man schmazes. But back in the day, you just had a number 1 contender, 1 person versus a champion, and everybody else was in grudge matches because it was based on good feuds, good storylines. Big Boss Man, Mr. Perfect, Rick Martel, Tio Santana, Tatanka, the Mountie. He always gets his man. It didn't matter if it was the fabulous Rougeau brothers, the Killer Bees, or the Beverly brothers. Money Incorporated or the Natural Disasters. It didn't matter if it was Bastion Booger or Doink the Clown, Duke the Dumpster Drosy or Isaac Yankum. They all weren't going for titles all the time, but they were in feuds, storylines, matchups that had nothing to do with the title. It's how you build shit. So I was so happy the last several weeks to see Bayley and Becky Lynch stay away from the title, let the other girls do their thing. You have a good grudge match going, a little story kicking in here. And then all of a sudden they just ruined it 5 nights before Chamber and they're like, put me in. And then Bayley's like, put me in. And Bianca's like, let's all go in. I want as many people as possible going for my championship. Doesn't make sense. And Triple H approved that first segment, and then he went into the fucking Profits versus Balor and Priest, which led to just fucking Edge and Phoenix coming out for 60 seconds, and that's the best way to utilize Edge and Beth Phoenix 5 nights before Chamber. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley have a 6-minute segment that just ends in a spear and a sign, and that's it. It's what we've already seen in the first 2 matches with them. I'm just asking, guys, can we do a little better creatively? Can 3H's look at this and say, hey, wait, we can do better than this? I don't see how anybody, none of you guys, man, live up in the chat, Strict Tango, JR9, WWE, AEW, Marvel fan, Carlos, Johnny, Robert, War Dog. I don't see how anybody would say fucking, I like this, creative. Good job, man. I don't see it. And when it was all said and done, Bianca just wins anyway. So literally nothing made sense. And I'm glad she won because nobody else should have been in that match. There's not even room for a 7th pod. Again, I don't know where you would put the 7th pod. If you've ever seen an Elimination Chamber, there's only 6 pods. Where are you going to put that thing? On a fucking roof? Going to make a little basement for the 7th pod? So I'm glad nobody actually fucking beat Bianca and got into the match, but it leaves so much left to be desired. It literally was no meaning for it. 4 pods, that's what it is. Yeah, 4 pods, not 6 pods. Where'd you put the fucking extra 2 on the fucking roof? 4 fucking pods, 2 people start the match. That's how it goes. Good call. So where the fuck are you going to put a 5th match? Or you're going to have to do a triple threat to start the match. It would have to be 3 people starting the match, and then you have 4 pods, I guess. So I don't know how any one of you guys would see this. Your creator comes to you, your creative team. You're running the show. Okay, just picture you guys are star. Go Jackets, Alicia, Dr. Smoothie, fucking DJ is a Prodigy. Prime time. Let's say you guys are running the company. Your creative gives you that first hour. There's no way you guys are approving that. You're going to make drastic changes because that's not entertaining. Hour number 1 ends with a straight squash match. Legit, like the definition of a squash match. Piper Niven squashes Munchkin, formerly known as Mia Yim. And Munchkin played the role of legit jobber last night. Brooklyn, guys, this is no joke. You can go and check it out yourself later or whenever. I totally mean this. This is not exaggerating at all. Brooklyn, this was the definition of silent. You could hear a pin drop in Brooklyn after Piper Niven won that match. Now, I'm all for giving these ladies pushes. It has to happen. But you have to get creative, and there has to be a fucking a rhyme and reason to it. And in the process, can you not make another superstar look fucking stupid? Because Munchkin looked fucking stupid last night. And Piper Niven just literally just squashes her, man. This was a very rushed and a very not good first hour. Second hour, the good news is second hour picked up a bit. I don't know if the entire second hour. We'll go over that together right now. But the second hour did pick up for sure. But that first hour, bro, that was a rough first hour for Brooklyn to have to sit through and for the Amplified unit to have to bear witness to. So that was the first hour. Let me get some fucking some more coffee. Man, there was a lot of super chats that already came in, man. So I appreciate that, guys. I will get to that. I assure you when we're done with this review. Salute to all my amp unit, man. We're over 150 now on the ups. I appreciate that big time. Let's take that to 2+. Again, for some reason, the tube does not push the streams until we're done being live. And that's when thousands of people end up finding it through the algorithm. So it is what it is. But you guys, the ones that are able to catch this live, you make it worthwhile. You make the thousands that come in later see that we rocked it out. So I appreciate you guys big time. And if you guys are the thousands that unfortunately don't catch this live, blame the tube. Don't blame BC on that one, man. I have no control over that. The algorithm. Salute. Now we start hour 2 with a backstage interview with boring Corbin. Kathy Kelly says, sorry, Baron, but something more important is happening right now back in the ring. Sami Zayn hits the ring from the crowd, and he asks Cody Rhodes to come to the ring. Huge pop from Brooklyn. Cody Rhodes, man, and they love that song, that part of the song where, oh! The wrestling crowd just love to sing, right? I really think that Seth Rollins was sitting at home with his wife, Becky Lynch, one night and said, what can I do to get the crowd really fucking into me again, right? And Becky's like, I don't know, they love to sing my song. And then all of a sudden, Rollins has a fucking chorus part of a song where everybody can just sing. Oh, and now everybody loves to do it. Crowds love to show up and fucking do soccer song chants and shit. So, I mean, Cody Rhodes is just next level. He is the superstar right now. That's pretty clear to see. Huge pop from Brooklyn. 2 minutes into this back and forth promo between Cody and Sami Zayn. Highlight of the night, by the way, that promo. The promos have just been on point, just on fire lately, man. I mean, think about that. Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman. Sami Zayn and Paul Heyman. 4 nights later on SmackDown. 3 nights later now on Raw. It's Sami Zayn and Cody. I mean, some really good back and forth promos, man. 2 minutes into this, and they're chanting, this is awesome. Now, usually I say, shut up with the awesome everything is awesome these days. Everything is awesome. Cup of coffee, please. That'll be $47. Awesome. I mean, everything's awesome to wrestling fans these days, and the numbers aren't showing that shit. So they're chanting, this is awesome, but I gotta say, I loved it. I was like, yeah, this is pretty fucking cool, man. This is pretty cool. Sammy, Cody, so good, man. So good. Zayn is like, do I think I can beat Roman? Yes. Do I think I'm going to beat him Saturday night? I just don't know. And Cody is baffled. Cody's like, you don't know? You don't know? He goes, you better know. You better show up Saturday night, and you better know. He says, when I won the 2023 Royal Rumble, Michael Cole said over and over, finish the story, finish the story, finish the story. Well, now you finish your story. And he was amplified. And the crowd was really into that, man. And Sami Zayn, something snapped into him at that point, and he was like, you're right. I got to get that self-esteem. I got to get that confidence. I got to finish the story. It was so good, man. With the main arc, I mean, so much. I mean, you're selling two pay-per-view premium live events at once here. I mean, that did a lot for Elimination Chamber, but it also did so much to catapult us from the Chamber to WWE's WrestleMania 39 a month later. So you're really selling 2 pay-per-views with Cody and Sammy right now. You add in a Paul Heyman whenever you want to use him, and Roman Reigns literally doesn't have to show up for 2 fucking weeks. Sadly, that's the case. But these 3 are selling everything. It'd be nice if Roman worked Mondays. He's holding 2 fucking titles. The Red Brand's title, but he doesn't want to work Mondays, and he doesn't even work that many Fridays. But Sammy and Cody, by themselves, sold 2 pay-per-view premium events last night. So good by them. I just hope, guys, I really hope that VKM doesn't get this wild idea to put Sami Zayn into the Cody Roman match. And damn it, let's make it a 3-way match, a triple threat. I hope H steps in and says, well, I don't know about that, Vince. Shouldn't we just do Cody versus Roman, and we could do Sammy and Roman separately in a run-it-back rematch? There's 2 nights of Mania, Vince. Shut up, you doofus son-in-law. It's gonna be a triple threat. I see VCAM doing that because we've seen it in the past. Edge versus Roman Reigns a few years ago did not need Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. I said this in yesterday's stream. I said it 100 times. Daniel Bryan himself says in every interview when he's asked about that match and that question, he says, I don't know what I was in there for. I felt out of place. I didn't need to be in there. And I totally agreed. There was no reason for Daniel Bryan to be in that match. Edge and Roman was the story. Edge won the Rumble. Edge and Roman, let's rock. And months later, I think JR9 told me in yesterday's stream, it was, what was it, JR9? Money in the Bank 2019, maybe? But that was it. That was the match, and it showed you that was better than the Mania Triple Threat. Why would you add Daniel Bryan just to add the motherfucker? And then on top of that, no, it wasn't 2012 for sure. It was not 2012 because Edge was not around with Roman during that time. Roman wasn't around at that point. 2021, Money in the Bank. Thank you, guys. And that was better than the Triple Threat. Daniel Bryan admits that. And Vince McMahon did it with Charlie Flair when we just wanted to see Ronda and Becky finally. Okay, Survivor Series got fucked up because Nia Jax went in the business for herself, got pissed off because she was fending off 3 people and she actually hauled off on Becky Lynch. That was not an accident. She hauled off. Go back and watch. Nia Jax admits sometimes she just gets a little fucking carried away in there and she doesn't want to do too fucking much. And when you have swarms of people around, she just wants to get out of the sitch. So she clocked Becky and broke her fucking nose or some shit. Okay, but at Mania, let's run it. No, Charlie Flair was thrown into that shit. And it was muddy. The waters were muddied at that point. We didn't need to see her in that match. We just wanted to see the culminating moment, the finally get the match of Ronda versus Becky, what we were promised at Survivor Series. And now here we are at the cusp of a new fucking, a new face that is being born in Cody Rhodes. And he's about to have his culminating moment against Roman. Everything is aligning perfectly. The stars are aligning perfectly. And you're going to thrust Sami. We love Sami. Sami versus Roman? Fuck yeah, let's rock. Let Sami have another match with Roman at Mania if you want. That's cool. But please, don't muddy the waters with Cody and Roman. There's no reason to have a triple threat. I don't need to see Sami. You guys, Sami versus Cody wrestling each other while it should be fucking the grudge match of Roman versus them. You don't do that at Mania, man. If you want to have a triple threat with those 3, Vince, okay, SummerSlam, Vengeance, In Your House, Backlash, Halloween Havoc, Great American Bash. I don't know. Come up with a fucking a pay-per-view, right? Bash at Grandma's house. Anytime, man, you want to have a triple threat with them, fine. It's your company, Vince. But don't do it at Mania, bro. This is Cody versus Roman. Come on, don't take 2 really good separate storylines, thrust them together out of sheer laziness. And now we're going to have a schmaz match. And you really can't get into Cody versus Roman at that point because there's going to be times where Sami's in there fighting Cody. Well, what the fuck happened with Roman? It's no longer even about grudge anymore. The story gets lost. That's what happened with Daniel Bryan. The story was lost with Edge and Roman. I couldn't even back it at that point. I really hope that Vince... I loved Sami and Cody, man. You're selling 2 pay-per-views at once. I loved that last night. They knocked it square out of the park. You're not even going to get that ball back. But I hope Vince McMahon didn't see that and go, yep, it's going to be a triple threat. I hope that's not the case. I said the same thing with last night. Somebody said it in a super chat, I believe, in the stream. We're talking about how hopefully it's not Raquel Rodriguez going for fucking Bianca Belair's championship. We're hoping it's Kana Asuka. And then I thought, or one of my AMP unit members, man, in a super chat last night during that stream before Raw, somebody said, what if Vince McMahon did a fucking triple threat? What if you got Raquel Rodriguez in there with Kana, Asuka, and Bianca? And I'm like, no, don't, wait a second. That could happen. Because H likes Kana Asuka, right? H always has. You see the way that Asuka was booked in NXT. It's always been a Triple H girl. Now, a lot of people think Raquel is a straight Paul Levesque girl. She's actually not. The second Vince said, I need some talent, that was one of those people like Lacey Evans and Austin Theory where H said, no problem. There was a list that H had that he said, please don't take these people. And Vince did not do it. Asuka was on that list and so many others. But Raquel was liked by Paul Levesque, no question. But never an actual H girl to the point where she was put onto the side of a no touch Vince McMahon, right? No touch. No soup for you. No, Raquel was always available. And instantly became a Vince McMahon gal. Vince immediately started to push her. You could see it. And then told her to smile more because that's when you know Vince is going to start positioning you, right? As a top face. You're going to smile more. They love to see us smile. And they don't. We didn't like fucking smiling Finn Balor. We hated that shit. Coming out there in his fucking whitey tighties like he's never eaten a donut in his life, smiling at everybody. Hi, guys. How's everybody doing? No. Shut the fuck up, Mickey Mouse. Sit down. Where's the demon? This Judgment Day Balor we love. Nobody needed to see smiling fucking, smiling Rocky Maivia, right? Shit, there was fucking horrible chants when this dude came down smiling. We turned him into the fucking Rock. And now you got smiling Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel is a Vince McMahon gal. Kana Asuka's an H gal. Are they going to meet in the middle and we're going to get a triple threat at Mania? I don't know. But something tells me we're going to get a triple threat. Either Sami, Cody, and Roman, or they're going to do the fucking Raquel, Kana, Asuka, and Bianca. And I hope not, man. Enough with these fucking schmaz matches. Enough with these 3-ring circuses. It's lazy. Just throwing everybody into one match dilutes. Absolutely dilutes the concept of why we're watching. Anyway, loved the segment with Cody and Sami. Segment of the night, no question. But let's hope they don't get carried away. Let's hope they don't see them and like, oh, they got to be in the match. They got to be together in WrestleMania. It has to be. No, they don't have to be. Keep Sami and Roman's storyline separate. Keep Cody and Roman's story separate. Do you guys think, this was brought up also in a super chat yesterday, in yesterday's stream before Raw. Do you guys think that Sami is playing Cody Rhodes? The bloodline is actually in cahoots with Sami and vice versa, and they're just going to make sure, or try to make sure, that Cody doesn't win. I know that's far-fetched, but it was brought up in yesterday's stream in a super chat, and I had to pretty much think, well, could it be? Could the beatdown at the Royal Rumble been perfectly orchestrated? Could something happen at the Chamber where it's perfectly orchestrated, and by the time you get over to Mania, Cody will be in a whirl of shit if he doesn't have big help from, I don't know, somebody like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson? Do you guys think there's any chance? JR9 says, nah, Sami isn't playing. Rando says, maybe. That's too good of booking, says Animated. That's true. We're giving the creative too much fucking credit. WWE Marvel fan says, yup, that could be a possibility. Carlos Ray says, nope, not happening. It's unlikely, says Strick. Derek Fleming Jr. says, nah. Wisdom of Charlie says, I agree with JR9. Sammy's just not playing around. Yeah, no, it's far-fetched, there's no question. It never even crossed my dome piece until last night in that super chat, and it was actually pretty smart to at least think about it. And when Sami went out there last night, and he showed up to Brooklyn's Raw just to ask Cody. This is what he said. I just needed to know if what you said last week when you said I have a chance to beat Roman, were you being serious? I mean, talk about needing validation, man. You showed up to fucking Brooklyn, New York, Monday Night Raw. I mean, nobody voluntarily takes the subway system here in New York. Any one of my New Yorkers will tell you that. Nobody voluntarily does that shit. He showed up to Brooklyn And he's like, I just wanted to know if you were serious. It sounded weird to me. It's almost like he's playing Cody, but I do agree. It is far-fetched. It is too creative for WWE. I just think the reason that he was in Brooklyn for Raw last night was odd to me. I just wanted to know, Cody, did you really believe... Were you serious? Were you serious when you said I can beat Roman? Cody's looking at him like, you came all the way here just to see if I was serious when I just said something like, I think you can beat Roman. Yeah, that's all I want to know, man. If Cody says yes, does that make you a fucking miracle man now? Are you literally fucking Popeye? Are you a fucking Optimus Prime at that point? Are you going to take over the world because Cody said you can do it? You can do it! The crowd actually started chanting last night. You can do it! Because he was pretty much saying... He was pretty much saying, like, I just don't know if I could do it, man. I don't know if I could beat Roman. And Cody's like, what do you mean you can't do it? You came all the way to Raw to tell me you don't know if you can do it? So that was the beginning of hour number 2, man. Really good. Sami Zayn, Cody. I just hope they keep those feuds separate. No triple threats. Please, man. No schmazzes. We're already going to get schmazzes anyway. Let's not do it for the big fucking titles. Especially when the stories are this fucking good. Now, after a commercial break, Kathy Kelly tries to interview Boring Corbin once again. Because again, he was being interviewed at the top of hour 2, and Kathy Kelly was just like, sorry, Baron, something more important is going on right now in the ring. So Kathy Kelly tries again. And at this point, Boring Corbin is pissed off because he has to play second fiddle to people like Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. So he starts to run them down verbally. He starts to talk a lot of shit about Cody, but Cody's right behind him, and Boring Corbin doesn't even realize it. He starts talking shit about his brother, Dustin. He starts talking shit about his father, Dusty. But when he gets to talking shit about his dog, Cody Rhodes is like, oh, fucking hell no, you didn't talk about my dog, bitch. And Cody Rhodes starts fucking wailing on Boring Corbin all the way from the backstage area to the ring. Referee hits the ring, and we have an impromptu matchup. Cody makes quick work of Corbin with a crossroads in just 3.5 minutes. Corbin is looking up at the lights. So I didn't mind this because after the Sami Zayn Cody back and forth, we got to see an impromptu quick little 3-minute Cody match. Cody in action. I'm sure Brooklyn loved it, and they did. I didn't mind that at all, man. If you're going to do filler, that's the way to do it. As far as Boring Corbin, I'm going to say the same thing I said in last week's review. I don't know what they do with Boring Corbin, and they don't know what to do with him. Last week when JBL gave him Das Boot, the literal Das Boot storyline was that he sucks, he's boring, and there's nothing left to do with him. JBL literally said, do you hear the sound when you're out there? It's crickets. Do you hear the sound when you're out there? It's the sound of millions of people changing the channel. Well, first of all, it's Raw. They don't have millions anymore, but they have 1.8. And he says, you cannot polish a turd. So in one promo, JBL completely buried this motherfucker to the point where he said everything that the majority of us have been saying for years. The dude is too boring, and creative has nothing for him. They don't know how to turn Boring Corbin around. That's a problem, because every time he's out there just to do a filler match, even though it's only 3 or 4 minutes, people change the fucking channel. So in 3 to 4 minutes, you could lose 65,000 viewers. And that's not good. So I don't know what they do with this dude. Boring Corbin. Up next, we have a 6-woman tag match. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Nattie versus Kana, Asuka, Carmella, and Nikki Cross. Asuka starts beating up her own teammates. This was fucking awesome. This was awesome. Beats up her own fucking teammates, guys. And then she gets Liv Morgan, locks her into the submission, and Morgan is forced to tap out. Asuka is being booked beautifully since she returned as the Kana character, still Asuka with the name. Vince sees too much value in the name, evidently. but it's clearly the Kana character, or at least many aspects of it. And she's being booked beautifully. We are just one more obstacle away, guys. There is just one more obstacle in getting the conclusion to what Kana Asuka has been owed, deserved, and has earned since she's gotten to the main roster. Since she's got over to NXT and had that fucking 900 plus day undefeated streak. One more obstacle. You win the Elimination Chamber. You now get to go for that World Championship, for the Raw Women's Championship anyway, with Bianca Belair, WrestleMania. It better not all be for nothing, guys. I truly mean that. Strict Tango, she's already a heel, man. I know it doesn't seem it because we all love her and a lot of the fucking Brooklyn a lot of people still love Asuka. But she was on the heel team last night, but she showed you that she's not really she's just a badass motherfucker who's going for that gold. But she's supposed to be a heel. She was on the heel team last night, but she beat up her own teammates. But I really hope, guys, that they don't botch this at the last second. You know, WWE will do this. They'll go forward several feet, and then they'll just go backwards a mile in a blink of an eye. They'll go up 2 inches, they'll go back a mile. They are booking Kana Asuka beautifully. I don't see any way imaginable that 3 H's can botch this Saturday night and have Raquel walk away with this. No offense, I love Liv Morgan. I just do. I know a lot of you guys don't. That's fine. Or you turned your back on her maybe. I don't know. Liv Morgan, I think, is really good. Liv Morgan's not winning this match, nor should she be. Let's be honest. Nattie is not winning this match just because it's Montreal. Nor she should be lucky she's in this fucking match somehow. Who else? Carmella just got back. Carmella's not winning this to go to WrestleMania to take on Bianca. That's just not going to happen. And we've seen that match 7 times anyway. Nikki Cross. I want to see the best for her. I want to see that old school crazy Nikki character actually get some fucking recognition, some time, some fucking elevatedness. This is not the way to do it, man. Nobody's going to give a fuck about Nikki and Bianca at Mania over Asuka at this point. So it really comes down to Raquel, a Vince McMahon gal, and 3 H's gal, Kana Asuka. I know I've said this a million times, guys, but I have to repeat myself every single vid, every single live stream until we get to Saturday night, because this is a massive decision Saturday night. If Asuka wins this match, we rejoice. We throw fucking parties in the fucking streets. We set off the fucking pyro, the fireworks, the balloons, the confetti. If Raquel wins this match, just find a brick wall and just hit it several fucking times, and maybe you'll forget about it. I don't know. But this is Kana Asuka's time. Even if you're a Raquel fan, I get it. That's cool. I wish the best for her in the future. This is not the time. It's just not the time, man. I mean, you listen to Brooklyn. Listen to Brooklyn last night during the 6-woman tag when Raquel was in there. Nobody cared, guys. There was a time when you went to commercial break and Raquel tried to fire up Brooklyn. Brooklyn gave 0 fucks. And she's the one that's going to Mania to take the title from Bianca. Read the room sometimes, guys. Read the room. It's not the time. It's not Raquel. You can't just thrust Raquel in there, put her on the big stage, have her get a big W, and think that's what's going to catapult a new star. You always say create a new star. That's not the way. Build them up. How the fuck do you have Raquel top Kana Asuka? Asuka's been waiting 4 fucking years for that moment. She's back with the new character, the Kana character. You're booking her beautifully to be a monster in the division. And then you just have her lose the Elimination Chamber. So fucking smiling Raquel can skip to the fucking ring and take the title from Bianca in front of tens of thousands of people at Mania 39. I don't see it. It shouldn't happen. No. Good call, JR9. Good call on that shit. Forgot about that as well. DC lanyard. Nobody does these days, bro. Nobody does these days. Anyway, that's the 6-woman tag. Asuka being booked beautifully. There's just one more obstacle, guys, and it's Saturday night. We're going to find out a lot about who is running this show. We're going to find out if it's Vince McMahon still with these big decisions and setting up Mania matches, or if it's 3 H's. Again, H likes Raquel, groomed her beautifully and set her up for major success, but was easily handed over to Vince when he wanted her, like a Lacey Evans and an Austin Theory. There's people that are really 3 H's as people, and they were not available for Vince, or he requested, please don't. Let me keep them for now. And guys, Asuka was always one of them. Vince, the second he got Raquel, started pushing her. A little too quickly, too, without actually building her. There's a difference between just pushing and building. Build. The process of pushing will come, but build them up, right? You gotta slowly but surely get people to give a fuck. Anyway, guys, it's Kana Asuka's time. Let's fucking rock. We'll find out Saturday night. Backstage, Maximum Male Models are trying to recruit Otis from the Alpha Academy. This was actually a funny segment because Otis is chowing down on a fucking hot dog. Signs of the old school Otis, when he had a personality and he was fun, and then Vince McMahon just ruined it. He had a briefcase. We were anxiously awaiting what was going to happen with the briefcase. How was he going to cash in? Are they going to give it to him? And then Vince just took it away from him, gave it to The Miz, and told him to go back to NXT. And when he came back, he just started mean mugging. He lost his personality. Nobody gave a fuck about him. Now, he's chowing down on that fucking hot dog full of mustard. Signs of the old Otis. Gable comes up. What are you doing? You know these are full of calories and nitrates and who the fuck knows. He throws the hot dog and it lands on Massey's face and Mansoir's fucking glasses. And he's like, oh, no, you didn't. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe this. Right? He's all fucking divaing out. He's got mustard all over. And Maxine steps up. And Maxine is like, we want to recruit you. We think you would be perfect in Triple M, Maximum Male Models. So Gable is like, well, thank you. I did do modeling before. I was, a little bit. I wasn't just brains. I was also brawn, and I did some. But I think I'm just going to stick to wrestling. And Maxine was like, no, we're not talking about you. I'm talking about Otis. So Otis, just like Mace became Massey, fucking Mansoor became Mansoir, Otis will be Otis in Triple M. And I loved fucking Otis's reaction. He's like, ooh, Otis. I'm telling you, dude, he's one of the funniest characters in all of wrestling, Otis. Or if he does become Otis, which I don't think is going to happen. But this is what I mean. A lot of you guys may not give a shit about this. Stupid filler maybe to you guys, but it's subtle. It's subtle. It just takes a fucking minute and it sets something up, right? Rather than just seeing the male models out there with fucking Alpha Academy for no fucking reason, having 6 rematches in the course of 1 month. Give a layer. Give us a reason, man. They just set it up these days backstage where somebody's cutting an interview and somebody shows up next to them and says, yeah, blah, blah, and then they go, blah, blah, and then, blah, 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 and then it sets up a match between them, right? Because they have a little disagreement backstage. And then later that night, we have a match. No, this is setting something up. There's a bit of a story here. It doesn't matter how small the story. There's a story here. Maxine wants Otis to be a model in her group. It's 2023. Models are getting thicker, if you know what I mean. You walk into any Target, and you have fucking models nowadays that are fucking size 14, 16, 20. She wants Otis. She wants to take him from Gable. I don't mind this at all, man. This it's harmless. It was 1 fucking minute. It made BC fucking legit LOL. And you can do something with this. So it's a tag team division that desperately needs storylines, guys. Start with something small, and maybe one day we get something big with tag teams. But let's start at least devoting some time to them. I don't mind this storyline. I think the recruitment of Otis could be fucking funny because of the personality of Otis. And guys, there was something on WWE.com maybe, or maybe it was their YouTube channel. I don't know what it was, but they were doing some funny videos with Maximum Male Models. And Massey needed to find himself or something and he got lost. I don't know, but there was a series of them. And I'm like, well, this is kind of fucking, it's so stupidly fucking obnoxious, but it's kind of funny if you chop these into like 3 minutes. I'd rather that for filler than a nonsensical fucking matchup where superstars are going to lose, be 50-50 booked, and everybody looks like an idiot. Just show us the fucking video package that you put up on WWE.com. Because they were actually funny. So, Delano, I appreciate that, man. It's common sense and logic, right? That's all we got to use. Wrestling fans, football fans, soccer fans, volleyball, tennis. If you play fucking checkers or chess, common sense and logic will always get you to the end point, the end goal, right? Common sense and logic. Just use it. But those segments were actually fun. Those little videos that they put out just for online purposes, they were fucking hilarious, man. You know, build up Triple M. If they're going to stick around anyway, you might as well build them up to something. Anyway, that was backstage. They're trying to recruit Otis, take him away from Gable. Otis will be his fucking name. We'll see. Almost at 200 on the ups, guys. We're not even through hour 2 yet, so I definitely appreciate that. If you haven't smashed that yet, that's going to be huge for the channel. I can't say it enough. The algorithm doesn't kick in until we're done being live, unfortunately, and BC goes off the air. Then the tube kicks it into the algorithm, and that's when thousands of people are able to find it. Thankfully, I wish it was during live, but that's just how the tube works for the channel. So you guys really make that possible. Smash that if you don't mind. We go into the end of hour number 2. Straight squash match. Bronson Reed devours Ali in 4.5 minutes via a splash. No lie. A splash that could catapult every single dolphin out of the Pacific Ocean. That's how fucking massive this splash was onto Ali. I love how Bronson just doesn't even fucking pull back his weight. He just literally squashes you. You just gotta hope for the best at that point. Bronson absolutely destroyed Ali. Never was a Bronson Reed fan in NXT. I had no reason to care about Bronson, guys. Sorry, not sorry. Even when he was going for the North American Championship, and he had some good matches, no question. I was never a fan. His promos were lackluster. Never really a good mic. I never had good mic work. He was just a badass brute that could do a lot of fucking high flying and fucking cool moves. But I never got behind Bronson. The way he's being booked, like a monster, I like it. I like it. They're not giving him the mic for 5-6 minutes. He's not cutting fucking promos. Short and sweet, right? Like when he went to Ali last week. When Ali was talking to Dolph, and he was talking shit about fucking Bronson, and Bronson just goes up and says, "You're talking a lot." He goes, "Why not just face me next week and try your luck?" Loved it. Boop, that's it. Put on your glasses, take off. That's it. Short and sweet. Let him sell himself. If it works, if it gets over, awesome. Sometimes you got to let him out into the fucking ocean, see if they sink or swim. Bronson, so far, no matter the weight, he's swimming just fine. If they keep this up, he's going to find shore sooner rather than later. He will wind up upon shore because he's swimming beautifully right now. It doesn't matter if he's doing the backstroke, he's doing the fucking doggy style. Doesn't matter. He's swimming perfectly fine right now. I like what I'm seeing from Bronson. What they're doing with Ali is kind of simple. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Ty Drew, Eric Newton, Robert Hurt, War Dog, Jer9, Legend, all you guys up in the chat, man. Ali is pretty much out the door, right? I mean, he has just become an Uber jobber at this point. He might be working for Uber after WWE. Who the fuck knows? But I mean, he is just losing left and right. They're doing this thing with Dolph Ziggler. He's always up in Dolph's business. Like he wants to have a tag team with Dolph. So is all of this losing to re-sign Ali and then have him in a fucking weird tag team with Dolph that even if they have good intentions, will not go anywhere? But I think Ali is done, right, guys? Pile Driver says, yup. CJ White says, I forgot all about Ali. Ali versus Ziggler is next week, definitely losing again. JR9, I didn't even know that, so there you go. Maybe they will form a tag team afterwards and let Ali run out his contract. Osea Weidman says, I can't even get into Bronson. So for Osea and so many others, they still need more layers. I totally get that. That's how I was in NXT for sure as well. Jane Donnelly says he'd be the president of Jobberville. He'd have to take over Ricochet's old position. Yeah, he's done, says Cot W. DC Lanier says Ali is done. Check that. Ali deserves better, says Wisdom. Yeah, I mean, that's why he wanted out anyway. Vince just would not let him out. And Vince went the old route where he's just going to job you the fuck out until your contract expires. Yeah, War Dog, I still think he does, judging by his booking, man. I will find out a lot more what happens with him and Dolph. If they put them in a tag team, then I don't know. But Dolph is a jobber too, unfortunately. Dolph Ziggler is so fucking good, and it is so sad how he's been booked. Now, I mean, he just is a legit jobber to the highest definition, just glorified. We call that a glorified jobber. And Dolph has said many times he doesn't really care. He lets the booking be the booking. He doesn't get into that. But I wish he did more. I wish he did complain a little bit more because he should be a lot more. Dolph Ziggler still to this day is actually a really good pro wrestler that can work the fucking microphone still better than over 90% of the roster guys. He can sell feuds, matches, pay-per-views on the microphone. He just doesn't get a lot of chances anymore. JR9, I always bring this up. It's one of the full fucking storylines I watched in NXT in recent memory. When Dolph Ziggler went to NXT and he did that whole thing with Braun Breaker, I was fucking loving that, man. I mean, I'm like, where's this Dolph on the main roster? Renee G, I appreciate those truth bombs. That's all I deliver on this channel, man, or else I'll just fucking get rid of it. You know, this channel is just about fucking truth, facts, and let's rock it together. You know, let's decipher what is real and what is bullshit. So that was the end of hour 2. Bronson Reed absolutely, literally, and figuratively squashing Ali, and we'll see what happens with Ali. Pimpe Seuss and Jane Donnelly appreciate the truth bombs. Alicia, appreciate those truth bombs, man. Love seeing that. That's when I know my unit understands right from fucking wrong. And sometimes it's those minor tweaks that they have to make and everything's good. OCR, Weidman, Pile Driver, WWE, AEW, Marvel fan, Eric Leno, Ray Hunt, my gold unit throwing up the truth bombs, dude. Love it. And it just looks really cool on the screen when there's a shit ton of truth bombs. It looks really fucking cool. I gotta be honest with you. At least on the big screen it does. Now, hour number 3. I hope you guys don't mind. Let me crack a whole new coffee. I finished my hot extra from Dunkin'. So let me start a brand new coffee. This is number 5 on the day already. It's just past fucking noon, 1 p.m., whatever it is. Love it. Ash Steggles, Eric Decker, Colin, Ty Drew Ron C. Love it. Hold on. We're going to get to hour 3. I assure you guys. I got to get some more coffee. We will stay amplified, man. I love it. Legend with the fucking emoji bombs. The cheap version, he says. I love it, dude. You got to be gold status, man. That's just another level of people that they show another level of support to the channel. You never have to do that. The red team is always my core, man. Gold unit is another level of appreciation to the channel. I love that, though, man. The cheap version. The fucking regular bomb fucking emojis. You guys are the best. War Dog says, I got the cheap version. I love it, man. You guys are the best, dude. Awesome, man. You guys are the best, bro. Let me get a swig coffee. We'll go over hour 3. Too funny, man. And I know, I thought there was a bunch of super show. I'm going to get to you guys right after hour 3. I assure you. No matter how long it takes, BC's going to stick around. But I got to have another swig of coffee, man. What I say this is already 5? Man, we having a lot of coffee already, man. We stay amplified. Who was that? Mojo Rawley back in the day? What he used to say? We don't get hype. We stay hype. We don't get amped. We stay amped. I'm a different breed, though, man. I scare a lot of people. Everywhere I go, I scare motherfuckers. I walk into a fucking coffee place. They're all scared of me. The way I walk, the way I talk to everybody. I'm just trying to be polite, to be honest. Everyone, moves out of the way, and they're like, oh, my God, this guy's going to beat everybody up. I do kind of walk like stone cold when I walk into places. Maybe I got to chill on that. I don't know. I'm hyped up, bro. I'm amplified. I'm a fucking wild motherfucker. What can I say? Some people are fucking amplified. They were born that way, you know? I'm an amplified motherfucker. All right. Here we go. Salute. That's a mocha too, man. That's a mocha fuck. Oh man! Oh, we got an apple. We're booging out. Booging out. Rick Boogs is fucking phenomenal. Is he coming up on this? Man, it's hour 3. Yes. All right. There's Boogs. I thought he was an hour 2 and I missed it in my notes. No. We're going to talk about Boogs, man. I'm loving this dude is top notch right now for BC. But let's start at the top of hour 3. This was Miz TV. Was it Miz TV? Yeah, Miz TV started. Okay, all right. Miz TV. Here comes the red boots. That's right. The red boots were saved for hour 3. Miz TV starts hour 3. Guest is Seth Rollins. This is a good setup for Logan Paul and Seth Rollins' match at Mania 39 because the majority of the talk was about Logan Paul. And Rollins got pissed real quick at just mentioning Logan Paul. But before I get to that, man, Rollins came out like he literally came out of a warp tunnel from Super Mario Brothers. Now, I'm not even a big gamer, but I'll tell you guys, man, if you've never played Mario Brothers, then I don't know what you're waiting for. Just the most classic, best game on the planet ever. Right? It's like Michael Jordan, right? It doesn't matter how good of a basketball player comes down in any generation. Michael Jordan will always be the king. Right? When it comes to video games, you can have the best video games in the world, man, that come down the pipeline 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now. Right? Mario Brothers will always be the king tut of it all. It looked like Seth Rollins just popped out of a fucking warp tunnel and fucking he's looking across fucking Mario and they got their big clunker boots on. And he's about to start stomping little mushroom fuckers. You know the little mushrooms that try to fucking take you out, but you gotta stomp on the fucking mushrooms? Bing, bing, bing! And then he's gonna start fucking banging his head on a bunch of fucking coin blocks. Ding, 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 ding! It looked like he was... Look at the way he was fucking walking. This isn't just BC being funny, by the way. Watch how he was walking. He comes out like he's stomping mushroom fuckers. He's coming out stomping motherfuckers. The whole screen behind him is warp tunnel green. It literally, like he just got shot out of a warp shithole. Boom! There's Rollins. And I love how Miz actually brought up Mario Brothers, because that's the first thing I thought of. Literally the first thing I thought of. It's fucking incredible, man. I couldn't believe I've never seen boots like that. Never saw boots like that, man. Never have I seen boots. DC Land, you're welcome to the gold unit, man. You have just earned your gold card. I appreciate that, bro. Welcome. Love to have you. Hopefully you're in it for the long run, even if it's just a month or 2. Totally understand. You know, cancellations happen. A lot of unit members in month 1 could not do it for a second month, but I totally still appreciate. But they've had to been removed from the list. But for all the members still with us, man, welcome, DC Lynn. You got welcomed already in the chat. I appreciate that. But yeah, I've never seen boots like that, guys. I have never seen boots. I didn't think they made something like that. A lot of people are calling them, what are they? Mercher boots? Something boots. I don't know if you guys know the M word. Like, I guess they're a real thing. They go for about $400 on the market. The only picture I saw of somebody wearing them was this little skinny blonde female. Like, literally, like her fucking legs were like toothpicks. And she's because the stems of these boots are very small. So I guess Rollins, I don't know how he even fit in those. But, I don't know what he was wearing. Some people said it was like straight out of Sonic the Hedgehog. Somebody literally called him Ronald McDonald. I have no fucking idea. But I was thinking Mario Brothers. Because even though Mario has brown big boots, when he goes through when he changes and you do that fucking like splash of level change, his boots actually turn red. All I could think of, and then Miz actually brought that up, and I was like, thank you. Nobody else was going to see it. But the way he came out was like he was trying to squash little mushroom fuckers in the game Mario Brothers. I could not believe these boots. I don't know what the fuck is happening with Rollins's wardrobe. It's funny. I like the uniqueness. I get it. I don't understand Rollins' character, and I haven't since he started doing this weird raid of Becky Lynch's closet wardrobe. I don't get Rollins' character, and when he tries to be serious, like when he was yelling at The Miz, guys, he was yelling at The Miz in big red rubber clown boots. I mean, how could you take that serious? And when he stomped a Miz, because they ended up coming to blows because Miz kept on bringing up Logan Paul and Rollins didn't want him to. Guys, when he was doing that shit, you literally, you saw a stomp onto, Miz with a big red clown boot. A rubber boot knocked Miz out for like 6 minutes. Through a commercial break, he was still knocked out. I mean, I just don't understand, I don't understand how we're supposed to take that serious. You got to be careful. I understand it's for a good laugh, but I don't know how far this is going to take Seth Rollins, man. For months, he's been already raiding Becky Lynch's closet with that wardrobe. We laugh it off, okay? I hope it doesn't get too carried away to where he just becomes a comedy act, a clown show. The boots may have crossed the line, guys. It was funny, though. Let's hope it was just 1 week. Unless you guys want to see the fucking boots. What do you guys got? We got a fucking banger bomb? Somebody put up a banger bomb. A 50 spot. Ash Steggles up in this bitch. Banger bomb alert. Red and gold team. Get your boots and start jumping on Goombas and Koopa Troopas. It's a Sethio time. Ash Steggles, I love it. A fucking banger bomb, a 50 spot by Ash live during the stream. Love it, brother. Well, you know the deal. Just good seeing you up in here, Ash, but I appreciate all the love, dude. That's a lot of coffees. I love it. We'll read that again because it's a banger bomb. Red and gold team, get your boots and start jumping on Goombas and Koopa Troopas. It's a Sethio time. Love it, brother. Well, you know the deal, Ash. You put up banger bombs in the past. That's all for you, dude. That ain't even for BC. All that love is for Ash. I saw that live. I was going to ask my unit a question, but Ash Steggles put up a fucking banger bomb live during the stream. And we hit over 200 on the ups, too. Let's take that to 250 live. Might as well. You guys mind if I put up a poll? I want to see what the unit says, man. Maybe the comedy is what we want right now, which is totally fine. I don't even know how I feel about these big red boots. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat a question. I just need you guys to answer it. Do you want to see more of the big red boots? All right, so the question is going to hit your chat in about 15 seconds, guys. It's simple. Do you want to see more of the Seth Rollins big red boots? I need at least 50 of you guys to answer this if you don't mind. Ash Steggles, bro, while I'm letting people answer that, I'm going to give a proper salute to the banger bomb, Ash Steggles, who completely got this chat, this stream even more amplified. So you guys answer that. Ash Steggles, you know the deal. Salute, brah. Appreciate the coffees. Let's start rocking these motherfuckers back. Mocha Ash Steggles. This is the shit right here, man. A lot more of these will be fucking undertaken. Let's see where we are, man. Oh, we got over 50 already. Oh, this is close. But 60 say no. Enough with the red boots. It was funny. We got a laugh. Are having a laugh? We had a laugh. And now everybody's like, no more red boots. However, 39% are like, fuck it. It was funny. Now when he comes out, I'm gonna think he's crushing mushroom fuckers from Mario Brothers. I mean, he came out like he was like stomping mushroom fuckers, right? What do you call those? Any fucking Any big Mario gamers out there, man? I know there's 100 different versions. What are those little mushrooms called that you have to stomp because they're trying to take you out? Does anybody know? Are those Goombas? Sir Charles is just, let's just call them mushroom fuckers. Oh, those are the Goombas. All right. I always knew Goombas were part of fucking Mario. I didn't know those were the fucking... I always called them mushroom fuckers. Even when I was a young fucking kid, I'd be fucking playing, I'd shout out, mushroom fuckers! I'd get a fucking baseball bat to the side of the head from my pops. Goombas. You know, in Italian, we call Goombas something else. We're not going to get into it, but... Oh, why not? They're side chicks. That's some Italian slang for you. A Goomba. Mushroom fuckers. I love it. Goomba fuckers, War Dog. Well, War Dog, the problem with that is in Italian, we call Goombas side chicks. So if we call them Goomba fuckers, well, that's a little extreme. I think we know in Italian they're Goomba fuckers. All right, the stream is going off the rails now. Let me go back over to the vote. Over 100 votes have been cast. 62% say no more big red boots. Sorry, Rollins. It was fun while it lasted. 38% say yes. I'm going to end the poll right there, guys, at 61:39. Last second it changed. So the results will be up in your chat within the next 15 seconds. No, 61%. Yes, 38%. 61% say no more big red boots. We had our laugh. We need to take him seriously. We need to take Seth Rollins seriously. Appreciate that. Dr. Smooth, dude. I appreciate the words, man. Appreciate it. Rock the day, man. We're going to go over the rest of the show, but this will be up on the channel later. Thank you. That's what you do with side chicks at work. Exactly. Goomba fuckers. Too funny. All right, so, again, Ash Steggles, man. That was a 50 spot banger bomb. We got to show extra level of fucking salute. Ash Steggles, man. Salute. So, as I said, he brings these big red boots out. There's nothing else that can happen now that can take our minds away from the big red boots. But Miz does piss him off by keep bringing up Logan Paul. Rollins drops Miz. Austin Theory attacks from behind. And hits an A-Town down on Rollins. And it's just funny, man. Rollins is up in A-Town down. He gets the big red boots are fucking flying around the ring. He gets dropped, and you just can't take it fucking seriously. And Brooklyn literally, guys, again, this is one of those things you can go and check yourself. Brooklyn literally gave zero reaction to Theory, guys. Is that a problem? You bet it is. We're trying to forget about the Money in the Bank debacle and the botch by 3H's with what happened with the Money in the Bank and Theory and looking like a fucking idiot and just the poorly executed reset of Theory. Forget all of that, or at least try. What they're doing today with Theory is not working. It's the same Theory. He put the phone down and he just does the same shit. Still the egotistical guy, the narcissistic guy, the guy who's going to get you from behind, the guy who's going to run away if it's face-to-face. It's the same thing. And Brooklyn didn't give a flying fuck about him taking down Seth Rollins. Watch the reaction. Listen to it, or the lack of. That's not me saying it. I'm saying, guys, there's a problem with Austin Theory and no connection still, and he's the fucking U.S. champion. So we have to acknowledge that that's the problem, and they have to fix Austin Theory the right way this time. Not by ruining a whole pay-per-view, by the way, like Money in the Bank, to do a stupid supposed reset that was never reset. Guys, a proper reset in a character is what happened with Asuka, for instance. Right? I mean, she literally came back as the character Kana. What the fuck did Austin Theory do? He put down the phone. And people are mind-boggled that Brooklyn sat on their ass with that ending. Again, the big red boots, they stole the fucking show at that point, man. So I guess it doesn't even matter, unit. Yeah, the thing, well, I'll get to that. Backstage, Elias welcomes Rick Boogs to Raw. Elias is like, I know there's similarities. We both jam on the guitar. we're good looking dudes. We're this, we're that. And Boogs could have easily been like, dude, fuck off. Like, I'm trying to fucking get jacked up here, and you're telling me about fucking how we're alike, we're similar. I could teach you a lot. Just shut up. He could have said that. But instead, Rick Boogs is like, thanks, man. Thanks. I really appreciate that, man. He's like generally happy that Elias is giving them the time of day. And then as he's speaking, Rick Boogs literally just boogs out. He bugs out. He's like, man, I gotta tell you, I'm booging out. And he just fucking goes off camera, bugging out. Or booging out. I couldn't fucking believe it. I'm like, this is fucking epic. They literally have a cocaine character. I should be shocked. Again, there's a movie called Cocaine Bear in theaters. I don't know what that says for kids. But this is and then he goes to the ring. He's all booging out. And he has a squash match. He doesn't just defeat The Miz in a minute and a half. He uses The Miz as dumbbells, guys. He literally uses The Miz like a bar. Or just separate dumbbells, however you look at it. But he took The Miz and he just started curling him. 10 fucking times. And then he puts him up in an Ultimate Warrior press slam position and then flat drops him. Just flatlines the motherfucker. 1, 2, 3. Miz is looking at the light. Miz was already looking up at the fucking lights when he took the fucking rubber stomp from the big red clown shoes from Seth Rollins a segment before. And he was knocked out through commercial break. And then when he finally got to his feet, a geeked up, booging out Rick Boogs is staring at him. Eliminates the motherfucker in a minute and a half. And just the power of Rick Boogs. But he's funny as fuck. Sir Charles brought up Macho Man, and I think that's why I just like Rick Boogs so much. I'm seeing a lot of different variants of the Macho Man Randy Savage or the Ultimate Warrior, hints of a Roddy Piper, right? Wild, amplified characters that are fun. Fun, man. I mean, Rick Boogs is after his fucking time. I mean, Rick Boogs is a 1980s type of a character. He would have fit perfectly in that era. I don't know how this era is going to take Rick Boogs. In fact, chat, are you getting behind Rick Boogs right now, or do you not give a fuck about him? And it's okay if you don't give a fuck about him. It's totally okay. This is not a right or wrong answer. This is not one of those fact type things that BC is dropping. This is a straight opinion-based question. But just because BC loves Rick Boogs does not mean that everyone, because he's an 80s type character, and that doesn't work sometimes with today's audience. I get it. Cool. I see potential. I like Boogs. Neutral. Definitely down with Rick. He's one of the most entertaining characters. He's fresh. I like him. Rick Boogs looks generic and boring. Absolutely. He's great. I'm starting to like him. Behind Boogs because literally reminds me of the AMP unit. No doubt, Pile Driver. I mean, he is literally an AMP unit member. Not behind Boogs, says Carlos. Neutral, Ray Hunt. Yeah, so some of you guys... Jerry Lewis, I like amplified Boogs. I think that's why I love him, man. He's suited for the amplified unit. I mean, Rick Boogs is an amplified character. It's everything I preach. It's everything that this channel was based upon. Amplification. Live your life amplified. Maybe he's on 100 fucking cups of coffee. I don't know. But Rick Boogs is amplified. If you don't like him, if you're some of the people up in the chat right now that said, he doesn't do it for me, I don't like him. I hear you. That's fine. It sucks for you. You're probably going to see a lot more of him. And BC's probably going to talk very positively of him. So you're probably not going to like those segments. But such is, It happens with Bray a lot. There's a lot of people that don't like Bray. I don't know how. I mean, this is a pro-Bray channel. But there's some people that don't like Bray in the unit. We talk a lot of positive about Bray. So if you don't like Boogs, I don't know what to tell you, man. But Boogs is fucking rocking through the roster already. And I can't wait to see. What happens with Boogs. I got to give a salute to Rick Boogs. He's booging out. Salute. I don't know, Strict Tango, man. JR9 Gaming, BC, we were all talking about it yesterday, man. We don't fucking... Jimmy Fingers 19. Jimmy Fingers 19, I think you're going to catch us later. Jimmy Fingers 19, I don't think is in the live chat, but he'll catch us later, man. He brought up a good thing in the super chats yesterday. It's just one of those things where, Bray Wyatt comes off something so immaculate with LA Knight, and then before you knew it, gone. It's like they blew their load on the LA Knight thing, and they're like, well, take Elimination Chamber off. We'll regroup for Mania. No, you start with Mania now, bro. You start now. The storyline should be many months. It shouldn't just be 1 month leading to Mania because it's after Chamber. No, bro, let's rock out now with it. It always should be that way. It's one of those things where I truly believe that Bray Wyatt can be on TV every single show and it won't get redundant. Especially because when he's on, he's only on for a couple of fucking minutes at a time. 8 seconds last week. I completely agree, JR9 Gaming, man. It's got to kick in. As a pro Bray channel, I'll be the first to say, where the fuck, what is this guy doing the last 2 weeks? Boogs takes out Miz in a squash match and uses him as fucking weight equipment. It was beautiful. The main event was Bianca Belair versus Bayley versus Becky Lynch. This was a meaningless, pointless, stupid fucking match. You're in Brooklyn, New York. You're 5 days away from the Elimination Chamber, 4 days away from a big SmackDown in Montreal Live. And the best you have, the biggest story of the night, is Bayley and Becky Lynch are going to try to get into an already overstacked, overcrowded Elimination Chamber match. And if Bianca wins, then nobody even gets in anyway, which again, nobody should be getting in. The match should be shut off. Bayley and Becky have no business being in the title picture for Elimination Chamber. They were doing beautiful with Bayley and Becky Lynch, not having them near the title. And then they're just like, we have nothing left. Let's put them back in the title picture. But you're forced with a catch-22 here, because if Bianca does win, then all of it was really meaningless. The whole 3 hours was to get to what? Nothing. So this is the main event, 20-minute match. It was a mess. It was sloppy, guys. We have to stop all of these multi-person matches. It's getting ridiculous, and I don't even blame the ladies. Bianca Belair is a damn good wrestler. Bayley is a damn good wrestler. Becky Lynch, I'm not a big fan, but she's a damn good wrestler. For the most part, anyway. So I'm not even blaming them. Creative has failed them. WWE failed them last night. They threw them all in this fucking three-way match for 20. They gave them the main event, which is cool. Gave them 20 minutes, which is cool. But they muddied the waters, man. They put in a third individual for no fucking reason. Triple threats are sloppy. We have to stop all of these multi-persons matches, man. It's getting ridiculous, guys. This was a sloppy match. It was a mess. Booking failed them last night. Belair pins Bayley, and that's the match. I believe, guys, right? What was it, Bayley? For some reason, that's missing in the notes. But I think Bianca pinned Bayley. Somebody correct that if that is wrong, or confirm that in the chat if you don't mind. JR9, I appreciate that, dude. Correct. So Bayley got, because I knew they weren't going to pin fucking Becky. So Belair pins Bayley, and that's the match, guys. I'm glad that nobody else was added to the chamber, but what the fuck did we wait 3 hours for? We were expecting Trish Stratus, and we got a weird circus 3-ring sideshow. And at the end of the night, what the fuck did we do? We waited 3 hours on the go-home show to Elimination Chamber to see if there was going to be another female added to the Raw Women's #1 Contender Elimination Chamber match. That was it. You have Brock Lesnar in the building. You have Edge and Beth Phoenix. You have Sami Zayn on the red brand, face-to-face with Cody Rhodes. You have all of this happening. Trish Stratus, we're hearing, was in the building. Maybe she was just signing some stuff for Montreal next weekend and beyond, maybe leading into WrestleMania. But Trish, we're hearing, is going to be a part of all of Canada's festivities, SmackDown, Elimination Chamber. So you have all of these individuals, you have all these cool ways you could go for the go-home show, and they decided to do some weird triple threat shit. It was so pointless, guys. It was so nonsensical. It was so stupid. It was absolutely stupid. I don't know what they were thinking. And this somehow reached 3H's desk, and 3H's was like, yep, hour 1, okay, yeah, and hour 2 and 3, okay, yep, I like it. Let's go. This was not the show that I was expecting in Brooklyn, New York, as a go-home show 5 nights away from Chamber. I think it was a step down from last week's show, no question. Had its moments for sure, man. Rick Boogs, the character development, I am loving it. Kana Asuka is a true reset, and I am loving what I'm seeing from Kana Asuka right now. Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn sold 2 pay-per-views last night in that face-to-face promo. Chamber and WrestleMania. And they did it without even Roman Reigns, not even Paul Heyman. Loved that promo. And I love the storyline right now with Cody and Roman getting kickstarted and Sami and Roman still going full throttle. What else? There was a few other things. Little backstage segments like Otis being recruited by Maximum Male Models. Sometimes it's just the little things that BC sees as development in the right way. So there was things that I saw over the course of the 3 hours I liked. I enjoyed. Bronson Reed. I'm starting to give a little bit of a fuck. He's becoming a monster in my eyes. Does he become 50-50 booked in the future and I don't care anymore? Possibly. But I'm seeing good. But there were so many issues with this show, and it was just not what it could have been and should have been for a go-home show to Elimination Chamber. So I will say this was a step down this week. However, because a lot of people heard that last week's show was actually fucking decent at the least, and because it is a go-home show, I wouldn't be shocked if they were able to get into the 1.9s in the rating, which would be up from the 1.8s last week. So I would not be shocked if they pull a 1.9. I also wouldn't be too shocked if they pulled a 1.7 and went backwards 100,000, because I don't think the show was that good. But again, because it was a go-home show, because people did hear that last week, there were several segments to go back and watch, not just Paul Heyman and Cody, but several. I think maybe they did enough to get 1.9. I'm sure if they pull 2 million, they're not gonna look back thinking it's a mistake. They're just gonna keep fucking running like they just stole fucking money from the bank, and the fucking police are after them. Keep running, don't look back. Take your 2 million and run. What do you guys think, man? Jared9 says 1.7 to 1.75 is his guess. Wow, even with the go home show, huh? Yeah, so you're not even giving them that bump. I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, Big Time says, BC, knowing the women main evented might drag the average down. Unfortunately, that is the case. It's one of those, it's a double-edged sword, right? You want to give the women the main event and lots of TV time, build up feuds. But for so long, fans just didn't care about the women's wrestling. So when they're on, people check out. So you have to give them a reason to want to tune in. I don't think the triple threat match was good enough to make people go, oh man, this is great. These women are they're immaculate. I got to see more of this. I don't think this was the best representation. A triple threat 20-minute match. Man. Ash Stegel says 1.709. Ray Hunt says it stays in the 1.8s. Any other? You guys just don't. Yeah, you guys don't want anyone. It could go anywhere from 1.719. If they get a 2, they're going to run with that. And if they get a 1.6, that would be just bad. Yeah, there's no way you pull a 1.6 before. I don't even think that's possible. I don't think they're going to lose 250,000 fans with no real competition last night. So I think it's going to be anywhere between 1.8, 1.9. If people really didn't like the show, I guess it could slip into the 1.7s. Yeah, so yeah, you got 1.85 says Johnny. Okay, 1.9 says Beast. Yeah, so that was the show, man. That's his most. That's the most full throttle, amplified, fact-filled review you'll get in the community for sure, and over 200 on the ups. I appreciate that, big time, guys, as well. Before I take off, though, I am going to go over the supers. Get them up on the bigger screen, man. A lot of you guys threw a coffee over to the channel, so let me just go back. Rachel Rocca kicked it off. Rachel Rocca! Always good to see Rachel up in this bitch, man. I haven't seen Rachel in a minute. 2 Spot thrown a coffee to the channel. Rachel says, what's up, Amp Unit? On behalf of the unit, What up, Rachel? In fact, unit, everybody say, what's up, Rachel? Rachel. What's up, Rachel? It's been a 2-hour stream almost, so I don't know if Rachel's still here now, but she'll catch this later, and she'll know that we all said what's up because Rachel said what's up to you guys, man. That was her super chat. What's up, unit? Thank you, Sir Charles. Ray Hunt. Fuck yeah. Rachel! My unit says what's up back to you. Appreciate that. Jared 9, Savage Pimp. Marie! Check you, Alicia. Jane Donnelly, prime to time. Ty Drew. Thank you guys, man. Janelle, Johnny, I appreciate that. All right, Rachel, thanks for kicking us off. What's up? Right back to you. Jane Donnelly with that 10 spot. I see that super emoji. Jane Donnelly. Salut. Hold on. Let me get that big screen back. What the fuck? Hold on. There you are. Jane Donnelly. Salut. Appreciate the coffees. WWE AEW Marvel fan with a couple of coffees here. 5 spot and a 2 spot says, the opening segment had potential, but there was no Lita, no Stratus, no control, meaning damage control. But nope, it was just used to set up a useless 3-way in which nobody could afford a loss. Completely agree. As I've said a couple of times in this review, I don't understand how this even gets approved. I don't understand how the focal point of your go-home show to Chamber in Brooklyn is focused around this garbage. I don't even know how that's not even feasible. That doesn't make zero sense. And somehow it got approved for this show. I don't know. And WWE AEW Marvel fan also says with a 2 spot, Ayo, where's Linuigi with Sethio? Linuigi. Oh, so we're saying Lynch is Linu. I call her Becky G. So it's Sethio. It's a Sethio. And my wife, a Becky G. I think it flows a little bit more than Linuigi. WWE AEW Marvel fan. But I'll tell you what's sticking, Sethio. It's a Sethio. If he's going to continue to wear the damn red boots. Christopher Blackshear, 199, says that donk on Bianca, though. Yowie, wowie. Christopher, man, dude. What the fuck? Damn, we already knew she had, like, some beauty going on back there, but damn, she came out giving zero fucks. She woke up yesterday morning and she said, yup, I'm on fucking fire and Brooklyn gonna know about it. Bianca Belair walked out just on another level, man, on another fucking tier, another existence. Damn, literally, she came down the aisle, heads were fucking turning. Little fucking kids are like, wow, daddy, I like. Silver Black, 31, 5 spot. It's a Sethio. He says, yeah, those shoes are something. Thanks for keeping it amplified, BC. Silver Black 31, thanks for being a part of the unit and being able to comprehend the amplification, man. Silver Black 31. It's a Sethio. Rachel! Another 5 spot coffee. Rachel Rocca says, hey, amp unit. KO'd that like button. Fuck yeah, knock that shit out. Rachel Rocca, man, where are we at on that? Over 225 on the ups. Fuck yeah, let's go to 250 on that. Rachel did her part. KO'd that shit. Rachel, appreciate that. Not sure if you're aware of it, Rachel, but if you're still up in here, you're going to catch us later. But you were the first super, too, of the fucking, of the stream. Godswilla, 2 spot. They need to split the titles. Sammy deserves it. Godswilla, I'm cool with that, man. Sammy night 1 of WrestleMania, Cody night 2. And I told you guys this a couple of times this past week. If you do this correctly, which I have 100 different ways you could do this correctly, Roman could actually lose back-to-back matches at Mania, both titles, and he could still save face. In fact, you bring him right back out the next week, even more diabolical, even more ruthless, and even more must-see. I have 100 ways you could do this correctly, and Roman could absolutely lose back-to-back matches. One of them, The Rock, cost him the match, and you set up 40. They did this with Cena and John Cena and The Rock. They set it up a whole year in advance before the next WrestleMania. You could easily do that and set that anticipation for the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania next year because they couldn't get the job done, seal the deal for LA. And that could be one of the losses right there. I mean, he could easily save face. Cody and Roman have a masterpiece and he loses, and Cody hoists up that championship, culminates the moment. I mean, there's ways to do this. So, long story short, I totally agree, Godzilla. John Cena, $4.99, a coffee thrown to the channel, says, explain how Rhea was the number one contender for Bianca. Lost a tooth, and we never got that match. That match wrote itself like Mania 37. I forgot all about that because there's so many qualifying matches, John Cena. But I was already befuddled that we're not doing Rhea versus Bianca. I'm befuddled that they went Rhea and Charlie. And Rhea's only going to be dragged down because she's got to be in there with Charlie. Sadly, that's the case. So now the only way they can save this is by having Kana Asuka take on Bianca, not Raquel. But I completely agree. I forgot that she was the number one contender. I was already baffled that they didn't go Rhea and Bianca. That was already sitting in their lap. John Cena, no question. Ray Hunt, coffee to the channel 5 spot. It must be Thanksgiving already. Belair providing us with plenty of yams. Bro, that was the whole Thanksgiving table, bro. That's a whole Cracker Barrel buffet. I don't even know. I mean, we knew she was working with the fucking whole utility set, but we didn't think she was working with the whole fucking apartment complex. There's so much to love back there. Bianca was just another level, bro. Absolutely. Fuck just yams. That's the whole aisle of the supermarket. Ray Hunt. Blitz 2K5, 5 spots. His thoughts on Orton congratulating Cody with an RKO after Mania's victory and starting a feud. Triple H plays middleman to build it. Blitz 2K5. I like it not at Mania, though. Orton comes back, starts something with Cody. I think that writes itself. That's beautiful. That is fucking beautiful. And sorry, Orton, you lose your first feud back, man. You'll be fine. But Cody has to win that feud. I'm fine with it. Not at Mania, man. I would hate to have Cody have his culminating moment, and then Mania goes off the air with Cody flat on his back. That doesn't feel right. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not. This should just be Cody's moment. Pyro going off. Feel good. We're off the fucking air after a masterpiece. But I love, you know what I mean? Like the next night on Raw, maybe something like that, where Randy Orton hits the ring, drops Cody, and we are about to fly to the next premium live event. Hardcore, man. Like, we are picking up right where we left off. We're not losing any momentum or steam. We're going to a Cody versus Orton matchup in feud. And for those of you that don't remember, they were in a little fucking group. What was it called, guys? Legacy? It was with Ted DiBiase Jr., Cody Rhodes, and their leader, Randy Orton. And I fucking loved that group, guys. Loved it. And I can't wait. That's why I always said, Orton and Matt Riddle, I hope they just split up, because I was getting... I know you guys giggled and you laughed at Matt Riddle and Randy Orton, and they were funny, and they got to smoke together backstage, and that's why Orton wanted to work with Riddle. I get it. But Randy Orton is clearly in the final years of his career. His body's given up on him. When and if he comes back, because it's a serious back injury, if he comes back, he knows he's got a couple more years in the ring. Guys, I don't want to see him just floundering it with a fucking tag team. I understand because of the injuries, maybe a tag team is better for him. He doesn't have to do as much, but that's not the case. He got injured with the fucking tag team. I just think he has to have one more diabolical singles run. And in that has to be him and Cody. That'll be fucking awesome, man. Because for BC, RK Bro was RK No. Anyway, who was that? That was a Blitz 2K5. Good idea. Not at Mania, though. Next night on Raw, let's rock it. WWE AEW Marvel fan with another coffee 5 spot says, they should add my gal Cora Jade into the Elimination Chamber match as well, BC. So you'll have JR9's Alba and JC. BC's Roxy will enter. Roxanne Perez. We'll add in WWE AEW Marvel fans Cora Jade. I always see AJ Lee when I look at Cora Jade, man. Yeah, why stop? Bring in AJ Lee from WoW, like I said, Britt Baker. Bring back Ember Moon, Athena from AEW. Put her in the chamber. Fucking Jordan Grace from Impact. Put in Deonna Purrazzo. At this point, man, it's silly. When the match is already made, why the fuck would we add more? It doesn't make sense. And by the end of the night, nobody got added anyway. But yeah, Cora Jade. I'm digging Cora's work. Legend Fold 101. Legend Fold 101. Hopefully I said that correct. A 20 spot. Several coffees, man. Legend, appreciate that. Long-time subscriber. Love the channel, BC. You are the man. My wife, Asuka / Kana, did her thing looking good, but Bianca, my goodness, all that booty. Seth and Miz was hilarious. And Bobby and Brock, let's go! So, Legend, it sounds like you're down for Bobby and Brock. I don't mind this as an exhibition either. Some people are just saying, no, this is stupid. I get it. It's a rematch of a rematch. But on a pretty stacked Elimination Chamber card, to see Brock and Bobby have an exhibition, there's worse things. So I'm down with seeing these beasts collide again. No harm, no foul. It's an exhibition match at Elimination Chamber. My thing, though, Legend, is I just wish there was more of a better story put onto this. They just kind of rushed this in 2 weeks, and the story is Bobby is contemplating signing a contract. Like there's a title on the line. You know, it's a rematch of a rematch. It seems really rushed, and I know there was only 3 weeks from Rumble to Chamber, and Brock didn't want to work the Monday after Rumble. We're hearing, by the way, that if you guys don't know the story, there was a big disagreement with Paul 3H's Levesque and Brock flew himself right the fuck back after Rumble, and he was supposed to be there the next night on Monday to set something up with Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar flipped out on 3H's, took his fucking ball and went home. And last week, he literally apologized. He's like, sorry I couldn't be here last week, blah, 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 but... So I understand things happen, but I just wish there was a little bit more suspense to it, and everybody could get behind this exhibition match. Legend, I appreciate the coffee. Salute! And Legend had a couple more 10 spots, too. Legendo Fold 101 says, Sami doubting himself to Cody was doing too much to me. For me. I didn't like the narrative, especially going after the final boss on Saturday. Made Sami look too weak in my eyes. I agree to a big degree there, Legend. I questioned this when I was going over that part of the review. You showed up to Raw, and his reasoning was because I had to ask you, Cody, if you really meant what you said when you said you think I can win. He's not your fucking father, dude. Like he's... Why would you care if he thinks you can... You showed up to Brooklyn just to find out if Cody meant what he said and he believes that you can win the match? Like, it was weird anyway, right from there, Legend. And then on top of that, the way that he was doubting himself too much, I do agree. It went a little far. I still love what him and Cody achieved, and I still get the story. I think it was told beautifully in the grand scheme of it. But yeah, we could have taken that back a little bit. I mean, he was really going hard on the, I just don't know if I can do this. It wasn't as stupid as Austin Theory. Remember when he was asked about why he cashed in on the U.S. title during an open challenge on a Monday Night Raw? And he was like, well, let's be honest. Nobody's beating Roman. I was not going to beat him. And so I just said, you know what? Screw it. Let's go for the U.S. title. And then a few months later, he's like, I want to be in the Rumble so I have a chance at Roman. You just said you don't want the chance at Roman because there's no fucking way. Why would you go through 29 other people? Then what? What title are you going to choose? The 24. If Austin Theory won based on his logic, his explanation for not going for the world title was because he didn't want to take on Roman. There's no way he can win. So if he won the Rumble, Austin Theory would resurrect the 24/7 title from the garbage. And he would try to go for that. I mean, by logic and common sense, by storyline, that's what you're telling people like BC. Anyway, the long story short of it, Legend, is I absolutely agree. Legend also with a 10 spot says Asuka and Bianca Belair at Mania. No exceptions. Vince and H, plus I need... no exceptions for Vince and Triple H. Plus, I need that Asuka win, too. We all do, Legend. And this is one of those things where VKM and HHH have to sit the fuck down, put on their big boy pants, and know what is best for business and put it into play. Kana Asuka's time, not smiling Rodriguez. WTF! F-boy, $4.99. Chad/Otis needs more of a push. Pure gold all the time. Who does LA Knight get at WrestleMania? He needs a WrestleMania program he can run with the ball when given. Yeah, WTFF boy, I totally agree with LA Knight. I'll start there. I think it was JR9 Gaming who brought up Stone Cold, and I just love that idea. Stone Cold is still in good shape. He's been putting out the content that he's been lifting. He's gotten money from WWE from what we're hearing, a big payday. We heard it was for Roman Reigns. They might change that, but there's a good chance he's going to be in Saudi getting $1 million paycheck. But also a good chance that Stone Cold could be at Mania. What if you took on LA Knight? This is one of those scenarios. You never want to see Austin just lose, and he didn't when he came back this past WrestleMania. But man, if Stone Cold can really elevate LA Knight to another level, that would be so cool. I'm gonna go with JR9 Gaming. Thunder Rosa is now doing Spanish commentary for AEW. So she's not. I don't even understand that, but all right. Well, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, Stone Cold LA Knight is what I would do. Who was that? WTFF boy. LA Knight, Stone Cold. Book that shit. Stone Cold's coming back for Mania, we're hearing. There's no reason to have him and Roman Reigns in the match. LA Knight versus Stone Cold. The story we could get, even though it would be rushed to 1 month and a week. 5 weeks. And as far as Chad and Otis getting more of a push, they deserve it. No question. I've been saying that for months. It's actually sad to see their win-loss record. It's not good. Absolutely agree. Derek Fleming Jr., $1.99, says Bianca had that thing. Bianca had that thinging last night. My God. I like that, Derek Fleming Jr. That thing was thinging, all right. Bianca Belair just took it to another level of no fucks given. That's one of those situations where you wake up in the morning, you look at yourself, you see all that shit hanging back there, and you're like, damn, I got it. And I'm showing it. Where do you want to go? Derek Fleming Jr., another $1.99, says, I've seen some wild New York subway videos lately, BC. Yeah, we were talking about the subway earlier, man, and why Sami Zayn would want to fucking go to Brooklyn just to tell Cody Rhodes, just to ask him if you meant what you said when you said you believed in me and I could beat Roman. Doesn't make sense. Nobody would just come to New York for that fucking... But yeah, Derek Fleming Jr., it's always a wild ride on the New York subways, man. It's always, it's very interesting. Get your camera ready for that shit. Muhammad with a 10 spot says the only time a triple threat would be good in a WrestleMania main event is that if they did the Shield in a triple threat at WrestleMania 7 years ago. Yeah, and you put the right storyline, absolutely. I'd be in, because that makes sense, Muhammad, no question. Yep, totally agree with that. Eric Newton, 5-spot coffee, says the Bloodline story has to end at Mania. I don't want to see Rock versus Roman a year from now. It had to be this year if they were going to do that. Eric Newton, there is ways to prolong Rock and Roman for next year, but I absolutely agree because I've said it from day one. It has to be this year because every part of the story that Roman has told for 2 years has led to this. Can WWE even lengthen this out to another year? What the fuck do you do with Roman for 12 more months? Is there ways, as I just said? Yes. But you are really playing with that fire at that point. So Eric Newton, I way more agree with you in that statement than I would disagree. No question. Colin, 199, says, boring Corbin. It's all elite. Hashtag coffee. Could you imagine if boring Corbin goes to All Elite Wrestling? Then we know Tony Khan has lost his fucking marbles, bro. Chon Cena, 199. Off topic, how would you book a heel Bianca? A heel Bianca Belair? Badass. This EST character can absolutely... It can work hand in hand with like a Sasha Banks boss character. I'm literally better than you. I am the EST. Beyond any means necessary. talk a lot more shit. I think Bianca would be great because then when you're a heel, you can talk more shit. So the EST character, whether Sasha calls herself the CEO or the boss, Sasha worked great as a heel. What happened is so many people ended up loving fucking Sasha because of it. But yeah, that just writes itself, Bianca. Somebody like Bianca could easily transition to that. Nowhere near soon, though. She's still rocking out as a face and has a lot more to offer. But yeah, that's exactly how John Cena. Legendo Fold 101 10 spot. Cheap Team Go with the fucking emoji bombs and not the truth bombs from the gold unit. I love it, Legend. He says the cheap bombs. Cheap Team Go. No cheap team, man. You guys are all the fucking best, man. Red Team Go always. The gold unit, yes, that's an extra layer of salute because they're absolutely taking it to another level and supporting the channel, but not cheap, Legend. Don't sell yourself short. Much love and appreciation. Ash Steggles, as I said, with that 50-spot bomb, $49.99. A banger bomb alert. Red and gold team, get your boots and start jumping on Goombas and Koopa Troopas. It's a Sethio time. And of course, we're talking, Ash Steggles talking about those big red Seth Rollins boots, and he comes out crushing little fucking Goomba marshmallow fuckers. Marshmallow? That's Ghostbusters. Mushroom fuckers. Mushroom Goombas. Enforcer 2K9, 2-spot, ha! BOOGN. Yeah, what was his name? Burkinahan? What was Boogs' name originally? JR9, I'm having a fucking, Enforcer 2K9, I don't, BOOGN, I don't get that, Enforcer 2K9. What do you mean, BOOGN? What was his name originally, though? What was, Buchanahan? Yeah, there it is. What was it, Bugenhagen? Bugenhagen. What was his name, man? Is it Bugenhagen? BOOGN. Street Fight. Yeah, Enforcer. I don't do the video games, though. You know that, man. I told you that, Enforcer. I don't know Street Fighter. I was a Street Fighter. I love how nobody remember. Only JR9 knows fucking Rick Boogs' old name. Everybody else went silent. What was his name? Everybody's like, cutting their nails and shit. Oh, man. Too funny. It's all right, guys. You don't got to know his old name. He's Rick Boogs now, and that's all that matters. Savage 1024. The Punisher's up in here with a 2-spot. WWE should bring back Seth Rollins from 2015. I'll take it more seriously than fucking red clown boots, man. Ash Deggles 199. I'm jealous of Montez because of that booty. I think everybody is, bro. Ariel Cortez 499. Thanks for keeping me entertained at work, BC. Much love to you and the AMP unit. Ariel, hope you're crushing work. I'm glad I can entertain you guys, man. Ariel Cortez, salute. Keep crushing it, man. Salute. Appreciate the words, man. Muhammad, 5-spot. BC, could you imagine Demon Balor versus Brood Edge inside Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania? I still love fucking, I still love the Edge and the Brood character, man. If you put Demon Balor, I will love to watch that today in 2023. So absolutely, Muhammad. In fact, I say, hey, Vince, H, book that shit. DB for life, 5-spot. I threw the like button off the top of the Hell in a Cell and it crashed through the table. Then went back up the cell and I choke slammed it through the cell. DB for life. Beating the fuck out of the like button, bro. We about to hit 250 because of people like DB for life smashing that shit. JR9 Gaming, my right-hand man with a coffee 5-spot says NXT looks like a very strong card tonight. Can't wait for JC's promo. Plus her social game is excellent, just like MJF. She always stays in kayfabe. May have to check that out then, JR9 Gaming. If they're going to produce a fucking good show, BC's going to have to skim through it. I love how JC, I don't know if you caught this, JR9, she was doing an interview or I forgot what it was. And she was asked about, I think it was an interview, some podcast. And she was asked about the breakup with Gigi and I guess JR9, she went to Shawn. It was not Shawn Michaels' idea. According from her interview, she went to Michaels and Michaels embraced it and they ironed it out beautifully to pay homage to what Michaels did to Jannetty. decades ago. So it was actually so that JC got even more of my respect when I read that shit. So Jer9 Gaming, I'm not sure if you caught that. I caught it yesterday. Oh, was it Busted Oats? Okay, yeah. See, I don't listen to Busted Oats. That's why I didn't know who exactly it was. Yeah, that was JC wanted to create a memorable moment. That's an attitude of elite talent. Well, I thought it was Michaels through and through. I thought Michaels was just like, hey, what if we do this? Have you ever seen me do that to Jannetty? You know, and JC's like, no, but I can go back and watch. No, JC's like, dude, what if we did this? And Michaels is like, you really want to do that? Love that. DB for life, 2-spot. I'll be future endeavored. Oh, it'll be future endeavored Corbin soon, I bet. I don't know, though, DB for life. Vince really likes Baron Corbin, even though there's no connection. He seems to really like, when he likes somebody, man, it doesn't matter if there's no connection or he totally botches and just ruins it. He doesn't care. He's going to keep you around. Big Show, man. Never was a connection. Kept him around. Charlie Flair still to this day after 14 championships. There's not a connection. Keeps her around. Kane, when Glenn Jacobs was just rock bottom 3 different times. Kept him around. And just a lot of people that just... Baron Corbin, Nia Jax. You know, he keeps them around for some reason. And it's kind of like... And then you see other people get fucking fired or let go. And you're like, what? Boring Corbin is still here? Somebody brought up earlier, was it a super chat? Somebody said fucking, Boring Corbin, all elite. I'm like, oh man. Then we know fucking Tony Khan's a little off the rocker. Ali, 999, 10-spot. I'm here to show support. I'm a man BC. I can't wait to see the Elimination Chamber. It's going to be a banger. We don't say the B words anymore though, Ali. It's too overused. I cringe when I hear the B word now. But it's going to be good with Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. Ali, Elimination Chamber. First of all, Ali, I appreciate the words, man. Salute. Here to show support to my man BC, and I can't wait for the Chamber. Salute, Ali. Much love and respect. I appreciate those words big time. As far as the Chamber, I'm actually pumped for it as well. I think it's a pretty stacked card. You got 2 big Chamber matches. You got Roman and Sami. Exhibition matches are fun. Beth and Edge versus Judgment Day. I'll take that. Brock versus Bobby. Let's go. You know? I really wish they could have gotten the 6-woman tag exhibition match with Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Bayley, Io, and Dakota of Damage Control. I wish that match could have rounded out the perfect 6 matches. Maybe it'll still happen impromptu style. Maybe we'll find that out Friday night. Ali. Much love and appreciation. Big time. Guys, I think I got everybody. You guys were we were rocking, man, on a Tuesday morning into the afternoon. Over 2 hours of a review. All of my super chats, man. Everybody in the super chat column that threw a coffee over to BC, or if you're like Ash Steggles and you threw a bunch, a 50 banger bomb. But everybody who threw a coffee or coffees, man, much love and appreciation, man. That's never needed. But it keeps BC amplified, obviously. But Ali, DB for life, JR9 Gaming, Muhammad, Ariel, Cortez, Ash Steggles, of course, Savage 1024 The Punisher, Enforcer 2K9, even though I didn't get the Street Fighter reference, all apologies. Enforcer 2K9, Legendo Fold 101, Sean Cena, Colin, Eric Newton, Derek Fleming Jr., WTFF Boy, Blitz 2K5, WWE, AEW, Marvel fan, Ray Hunt, Sean Cena, Godswilla, Silver Black 31, Christopher Blackshare, Jane Donnelly, and we kicked it off with Rachel Rocca. Kicking it off big time, man. All of my super chatters. Let me go back here. Let me try to get that on the, and where are we on the ups, man? Let me get the big screen back going here. There we go, man. About to hit 250 on the fucking ups. Big time, man. You guys set it up perfectly. We're about to volley this now. We're going to tag in the post-live crew in about 2 minutes. So to my live crew, man, there's still a couple hundred still that were just going through super chats with BC. I appreciate that. But to everybody that caught this live, from my red team to my next level gold team, my entire amp unit, thank you so much, man. What a fun 2 hours plus this has been. We'll do it again in the very near future. And to my post-live crew that we're about to tag in, even though you guys, the thousands of you that are going to catch this over the next 24 hours, even though you guys weren't able to catch us live, you know the deal. Stay amplified, smash that up, and listen to every second of this 2 hours plus. You're going to learn a lot, all right? That's what you got to do. No skipping over. All right, unit. I'm not going to do a roll call on the gold unit. I just put you guys through that last night. I understand. That takes fucking 10 minutes. Everybody is like 2 hours later, but I love doing the roll call for my gold unit, my card members, my members of the channel. We'll do it next time for sure. DB for life, thank you, brother. Thank you. Pimp, we'll check you. Chat, Sir Charles, absolutely. G Glover, no doubt. Rachel was up in here. Rachel, we all said what up to you right back. You were the first super up in this bitch, so I want to make sure you got that love right back, Rachel. Hey, Marie. That's the amplification I'm talking about, Marie. JR9, thank you, brother. Thank you. All my questions instantly answered by my right-hand man, JR9 Gaming. So pivotal on the channel, for sure. Don't know if Carlos is still up in here, but Carlos, Ty Drew, Pile Driver. I see a lot of gold card members still up in this bitch. All right, that's it. Till next time, guys. BC, top guys, saying, check you. I'm out. Salud! Get him up. Get that shit. Get him up. Get him up. The rest of the day, you get those delts popping. You get those biceps banging out. You get the triceps stellar. You wake up, you get up, and you stay amplified. Yeah. Check you. Check you guys, man. Rock out. Ow. Ow. Rocket. Rocket unit.